Nashville, Tennessee, you are watching Kings of Country Rap. I'm Richard Danis. Please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell so you get all of the latest breaking news and updates on your favorite Kings of Country Rap.
Now. I know you think you're slick, but the truth of the matter is, you're just not as slick as I. Understand? Oh yeah, I'm talking to you, 2008 to 2010 black Suburban tag plate number. We're in AJ from Kentucky. Oh yeah, I'm talking to you! Following my truck back to my house. That's cute. Because the whole entire time, you were being followed as well. And actually, you still are being followed. Watch. Hey, you still got eyes on that black Suburban? Yeah, more. Appreciate it. See how that works? Oh, yes. Vice president type stuff, you know? So, I guess I'll find out where you're going later, buddy.
Women like toys.
Of course they do.
You know, we got all kinds of funky toys. Yeah, trucks, big machines, big things, you know. They got boyfriends that they pull out of their drawers.
I named them.
They name them. I've heard names of their toys.
The governor here.
The governor, right.
The governor.
So do you think that, or have you ever tried to supercharge a woman's toy?
Yeah, every bridesmaid that comes down here.
Okay.
Always.
What would you supercharge it with?
Nitrous.
Warning, you are entering a redneck area. You may encounter American flags, armed citizens, the Lord's Prayer, Leonard Skinner, and country music. Enter at your own risk. Please subscribe, like, and share.
Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell for all the latest updates and news coming to you from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee.
Join us every Saturday night, now broadcasting live from our affiliates in the following cities: Nashville, Los Angeles, Atlanta, Dallas, Charleston, Pensacola, Panama City, St. Louis, and Jacksonville. Upchurch Street Team Radio is a Richard Danis production. Please subscribe, like, and share.
Well, hello everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Live, coming to you live from Nashville, Tennessee.
Jennifer Danis.
Also, coming to you live from Los Angeles, California tonight. I'm Richard Danis, and we have Pookie D. Charleston. Hold on one second here. I gotta still. So, how you guys doing out there?
Doing great. Awesome. Fantastic.
All right, we got a cool show for you guys tonight. Let's see here. We've got, as you can see by the title, lots of interesting things going on. And so real quick, just want to let you guys know that we are now broadcasting from 9 different cities, hosting this show from 3 different cities right now. I'll run you through those real fast so you guys know. We are now broadcasting from Nashville, Tennessee, Los Angeles, Atlanta, Dallas, Charleston, Pensacola, Panama City, St. Louis, and Jacksonville. That's cool, huh?
All over the place.
Yeah.
All over. And so there's 3 of us tonight. Bubba D, again, is not with us this weekend. He'll be with us real shortly, though. So you're looking at, look at the picture there. We're talking about George Floyd. Did you know that George was a rapper?
I did not.
Not until, actually, not until recently.
No kidding. So
Because everything that you've been hearing about him is just the last few minutes of his life, not anything about who he was as a person. And it turns out he was a rapper and you know a pretty good one.
we're going to play just a teeny little bit of him rapping, actually. And it's been very unfortunate what has happened over the last 2 weeks, especially this tragic the death of this man. It's just hit the world. It's impacted the world in so many different ways, and it's very sad, that's for sure. So let's see here. Tell us a little bit about that, about Floyd and his rapping.
So he was known as Big Floyd, as anyone in his genre would know. His name was Big Floyd. He was a talented rapper who was part of the highly influential Houston-based Screwed Up Click crew of the 1990s.
And he was a big guy.
Yeah, yes.
That's why they
He
call him
was
Big Floyd.
6.5 feet tall.
Wow.
The Gentle Giant.
Okay, go ahead. A little bit more.
So he was an affiliate of the Screwed Up Click, and his voice appeared on cult classic mixtapes helmed by the legendary DJ Screw as the inventor of chopped and screwed, which is a technique of slowing down a record's sonics until the vocals and production sound like they have been dragged through molasses. The late DJ Screw, who himself died in 2000, created a sonic blueprint impacting the charts to this day. DJ Screw was just 29 when he was reportedly discovered dead from an accidental codeine overdose at his Houston recording studio. And he might not be all that well known to the general public, but he's still regarded as a legendary figure in the hip-hop community. And George Floyd's connection to the Screwed Up Click made him a hip-hop hero, especially in Houston.
So George Floyd has done a little bit of recording as a rapper, and coming up here in just a minute, we're going to play just a little teeny piece of the song, one of the songs that he's in. Have you ever heard of him before this, as a rapper or anything like that?
No, this is a first for me, so I'm intrigued.
And myself also. Okay, and then go on a little bit more. What else you got there?
So most people have not heard him rap, but that's beginning to change as fans begin to circulate the Screwed Up Click tracks that feature him on the microphone. And as you mentioned, there are a couple that we're going to play. There are a lot of expletives and drug and sex
Yep.
references, but I don't believe in the portion that you're going to play has that.
Oh yeah, there's some F-bombs and
Oh.
yeah, there's some F-bombs there. How you guys doing out there? Okay, so we are talking about the rap wars that are going on, the celebrity wars that are going on right now, not just in the rap music, but in Hollywood, in the movie business. Ever since this thing came out with George Floyd, this tragic situation, there's been a lot of people voicing their opinions, and a lot of people, speaking their mind and what have you about what happened and what's transpired and all of the, all that stuff. But then all of a sudden now we see the rap wars that are hooking it out, fighting back and forth with the, let's see, with a bunch of our favorites actually out there, a bunch of big time, country rappers, hip hop rappers, and crap has hit the fan basically, and it's really sad because I believe that especially the country rap genre and all of the people, I believe that the artists in the country rap world are above this, and I hate to see people attacking other hip hop rappers, country rappers, and what have you. You know, we're supposed to be country folk, and we have different ethics and values, and morals, and just we're just different than a lot of the other rap industry. That's what I believe anyway, and that's what I'd like to see. Of course, I believe that we as people that support country, hip hop, country rap, have a responsibility to actually even set an example. For an example. How many of you folks out there think that we should set an example to the others? Because we're supposed to be, home down and, country folks and southern folks with southern hospitality. And so it just surprises me, and it hurts me to see that there are people out there attacking each other and turning, using politics against each other. It just really sucks, in my opinion. So George Floyd, we're going to play here a piece here of George rapping a little bit. I'm going to let you know that this thing that we're going to play of George Floyd rapping is actually, they specialized in this certain type of recording where they would record the song and then they would slow it down to where it just sounds really, really weird. So let's get to that really fast, and then we'll go on with some else.
Okay, well, so we listened to more of it, but so the one track that you're going to play is titled "So Tired of Ballin'," in which Big Floyd enters around in the 14-minute mark.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's coming up though.
Going to jump into it, and you'll hear DJ Screw introducing him with "Come on, Big Floyd," and that's when he starts, and his style was what he liked to talk about when he rapped was things that he wanted to obtain in life: a mansion for his mother,
cool,
not being worried about bills,
cool,
and regularly eating 4-course meals at fancy restaurants.
Oh, okay.
So.
Sounds like he just had the all-American dreams.
Yeah, and in fact, he grew up in Houston in the 3rd Ward, and he had some trouble with the law, but he ended up
casket and a lot of people there and what have you, and so anyway, here we go. Let's take a listen to this man do a little bit of rapping. Now remember, it's slowed down.
Saying, boys, crunk up in here. That hungry, going down LB. The boys crunk up in here from that action, baby. That ledge, that slow, that's what I'm talking about. 9-7, we fucking with Screw Zoo.
That's kind of weird the way they did that, huh? But that there is George doing his rapping slow-mo. All right, there we go. There's a little bit of him rapping. It's such a shame what happened to him, of course.
Well, yeah, and he ended up moving to Minneapolis to try and make a change in his life. He had spent some time in prison, and when he got out, he moved to Minneapolis to kind of start over and start fresh. And it is such a shame that that everything kind of came down as it did.
Who would ever know that? I'll bet you George, of course, didn't know. His family, his friends, and what have you, how much his life and the death of him would actually touch the hearts of the world in so many different ways too. It's made people somber, unhappy. It's made people pissed off, angry. It's attracted the attention of certain people that like to cause a lot of problems and troubles. We're going to get into that a little bit about the word Antifa and who those guys are and where they come from and what have you. Now, also, I don't know if you know, but we did a show earlier today about Ryan Upchurch being followed home in his hometown of Ashland City. And a lot of people don't know this. Ryan has put up a video showing the front area of his property. And just so you dingbats out there, some of you dingbats out there know that Ryan has actually a big old giant gate with a guardhouse and up his driveway with the armed guards. Friggin' armed guards at his front gate. And there's a reason why he has to do that, and especially right now with the crazy stuff that's going on too. So anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about that and who the people are that we think that probably followed him home. Shh, don't tell anybody. I think it was from their Antifa from Kentucky. Kentucky Antifa. So anyway, no kidding. Okay, so let's get on here with a little bit more stuff here real quick. Yeah. And it's changed, it's changed his life, and now his death has changed the world.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
there's no questioning that.
I'm sure the man never thought that he would be a person, an individual that would actually have such an effect on the rest of the world, and especially our country, but the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm. All over the world. Other countries are joining in with all these protests and support.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Then also, it has affected so many of us. His death has affected so many of us in so many ways, because it went from mourning the death of another human being, which when I saw that video, of him being...
I couldn't even watch it the whole way through.
Oh,
I couldn't.
Yeah, I actually started to get a tear in my eye, because I just can't believe that anybody, especially those other officers that were just standing there picking their noses, and they just stood there. And today, I understand that there's now new laws going into effect that if a police officer sees another police officer doing something like that,
they're obligated to
now
step up and stop it. Yeah,
it should have been that way in the first place.
I agree. That's what's blowing everyone away, is that there were other officers present.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As of now, all 4 have been charged with murder.
Now, what degrees were they? Does it say there?
The main person that actually had his knee on his throat was moved to 2nd-degree murder.
Mm-hmm. And then what about?
And then the other ones, let's see. It doesn't really say, other than they're being charged with homicide.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that's the way a lot of people feel that that's absolutely justifiable. Now, how has it changed the rest of the world in other ways? Because not only is the world mourning this man's death, now because of these riots and the protest, which started off and should have stayed that way as a peaceful protest. Now, all the crap started, and all of the who's came out and turned it into much more than mourning some man's death. These people were destroying our country, dismantling it.
Yeah, which is
robbing it.
It's just awful, because they're hurting the communities, the people in the community that support the communities. That's not what it's supposed to be about. Mm-hmm. What the protests are supposed to be about is to bring awareness to this type of situation, mm-hmm. and it has. But then, of course, like you said, along come the other people who want to just take an opportunity to trash everything and break everything and destroy businesses of people that have worked so hard from the ground up.
Mm-hmm. And we are not a political show. We don't get into politics. This is not a show for politics. But I've noticed some other stuff going on that has got me a little bit concerned, and some other people too. I have, believe it or not, I have witnessed and watched, I don't know, maybe 10 different people in the last week or so utterly, literally commit career suicide. Now, I'm not going to bring up any names at all whatsoever, But I've been watching, on the internet, of course, like everybody else, and I'm watching this rap war has begun.
Well, I mean, everything is so outrageous that has happened. It's so hard to stay silent and not say anything.
Mm-hmm.
But
I understand that.
Yeah,
Right.
but once you put them words out there, you can't take them back.
and what a lot of people don't realize when they're trying to put their opinion out there is that when you're a celebrity,
Or in the public eye, period.
yeah, you're putting out your opinion, and not everyone is going to agree with that. And along come the people that disagree, and it comes in
And the
all
haters.
different levels. Yeah, and up to the haters, the
That are
people that just want to.
vicious.
Yeah, just simply because you have a different opinion.
Uh-huh.
And we've seen the history of celebrities that have that have lost so many followers when they've put out their political views.
Now, here in Los Angeles, there are tons and tons of celebrities that are, Trump supporters, conservatives, and what have you. But you know what? They won't say a dang word about it. They will not admit it. They won't talk about it. They won't put it out there at all whatsoever, because they know what comes along with that later on down the line. And in California, this is where those guys in the black suits, what do they call them? The Antifa guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they're very heavy here in California, and lots of them, and they are vicious. I mean, vicious. They will go after a celebrity in a heartbeat to use his name to destroy him. Just totally dismantle somebody's entire frigging life, their careers, everything they stand for, their image, their name, their everything. They'll just destroy it because they have no boundaries.
Right.
It doesn't affect them.
I'm sorry?
It doesn't affect them. It doesn't matter how hard you work to get somewhere. They don't care. Your opinion doesn't match. They're going to take you down.
Mm-hmm.
And the majority of American voters say that they oppose celebrities getting into the political arena. Their celebrities, they're the musicians and the actresses and actors and such. Is kind of supposed to be like a safe zone where you can escape everything and watch and enjoy and be entertained. And then when they step into the political arena and start saying stuff, it
takes away the illusion of who the person may or may not be.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it really is, because you can look at somebody and think they're wonderful, and they think like you do, and then when they open their mouth, everything changes.
Yeah, and it changes forever. And it can never, never goes back.
Yeah, the public does not forgive easily.
And once you make that move, you're stuck with it for the rest of your life, the rest of your career. You are now such and such. I've seen celebrities in the movie industry just recently get drug into other projects and other movies and other scenarios and other relationships that are going to end up biting them in the butt later on, and they don't realize that yet, because what happens is you realize, wow, check it out, I got a voice. There's millions of people out there that know who I am. They know my face. They know my voice. They know who I am. They know what I stand for and all that stuff. And they just wake up one day and go, shit, I'm pissed off, and I'm gonna voice my opinion, and everybody's gonna love it because they love me.
No.
And then an hour later, after they get on the microphone or the television interview that they do to promote their new movie, they voice in there, and also, and there it goes.
And then 2 days later, they come back on to apologize and say they didn't mean it.
Yeah,
Right.
Look at Shania Twain. Retract. She had to retract something she said. Dolly Parton. Same thing with Dolly Parton.
Dixie Chicks.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
On the rap side right now,
actresses Alyssa Milano.
Right. Yeah. On what rap?
Right now, they are tearing Lil Wayne apart just by one comment. All he said was, "Don't blame the entire police force," and they are ripping him apart.
Which will continue. It'll never stop. So I'm now hearing about that there are TV shows that are going to be discontinued now because of what somebody said that has a television show. I heard that people being pulled out of projects and replaced with other people because of some things, their views of what they said, what have you.
And they can take anyone out of anything, like the show Roseanne. Who'd have thought they could do Roseanne without Roseanne?
Without Roseanne. What the hell?
But you know what?
They did it.
They did it.
Unbelievable, huh? See, that's the thing. And just because I'm from California, believe me, folks, listen up here. This is very important. Just because I'm from California, there's a reason why I don't live here full time. It's because I like to be free also, and that's why we live part time in Tennessee. Land of the free, and in here in Hollywood, in Los Angeles, in the movie business, what have you, you don't tell people how you vote or any of that crap. You just you keep it to yourself. You go into the voting booth, and you hide and you vote, and then you come out. You don't say a damn word, because you know what'll end up happening. So now here's what I'm concerned about right now. It says, notice in the title here, it says the beginning of the end. I see careers at this very moment are being destroyed. This is the beginning phase of what will take place in a lot of people's careers because of their opinions and, they speak, and with all the best intentions too. They have all the best intentions of speaking up and what have you. And then, then the crazy nutsoids come out, and the idiots come out, and the stalkers come out, the haters come out, and the protesters come out, and they're all vicious. And the next thing you know, you've got a career just loaded with attacks, non-stop attacks. I'm seeing it here in Los Angeles right now in the movie industry. Actors and actresses just getting bombarded right now because of their opinions about this situation and the George Floyd thing. And, and they're taking it all the way back in the years to Rodney King and all the other people. One thing that's kind of disturbing me just a little bit, there's other people that have been affected. Their lives have been affected people have died in the last week. Several police officers have been shot.
Yes.
And killed. There was a man. I saw an older man that was like 73 years old or whatever like that. The police pushed him and he fell backwards on the ground and busted his head open. And then another one. God, and just several people have been shot dead. There was a police officer that was guarding the federal building in I don't remember what city. He was shot in the head. He's dead. So many things have come from this. And now we're looking at rap wars. So our rappers now are being divided. Even the country rappers here, are now being divided. Didn't you have something on that, Pookie, there about that? The rap wars and the names of some people that there's something going on with let's see, Adam Calhoun and
Oh yes, Adam Calhoun and Yellow Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
They had issues in which we've all seen where he took out an artist and completely replaced an artist within a 24-hour period over all of this protest things. And then, like I said, there's the whole attack on Lil Wayne, and there's attacks on basically anyone who opens their mouth if nobody agrees. I mean, all of them.
I just don't believe that politics belong in.
Well, it's so hard though. In politics is what you're going to say, but it's so hard though because younger generations are so immersed in the music scene that's why politicians are grabbing onto, these artists to try and sway, the vote. And
we all know that there's the fake news channels, which I'll speak up and say, CNN, you suck. Fake news for sure. But I'm concerned about these rap wars, these rapper wars of being divided and fighting against each other. It is the beginning. Mark my words when I tell you this. This is the beginning of the end for so many careers, whether it be music, whether it be on television, movies, political careers. This country has lost its friggin' mind. And it just drives me kind of crazy.
All the people that are... There was a person here in South Carolina, a 19-year-old man, that was arrested for carrying a gun with 70 rounds of ammunition. 50 people in South Carolina have been arrested just within the last 2 days for protesting and looting. But that also goes back to what y'all mentioned as far as people that are using the protests as a reason to break the law.
All right, so we're going to continue on here, guys, but I want to bring you to this attention here. There is a really cool website that you guys need to check out. It's called Redneck Nation. That's right, Redneck Nation. I think Ryan Upchurch knows a little bit about this particular website. You can find all kinds of things on there. You can find hats, pop-ups, t-shirts, hoodies, even Trump gear, stickers, flags, Confederate camo, camouflage shirts, camouflage pants, camouflage women. No, that's not true. I don't think you can do. Let's see, Redneck Nation girls. Oh, you see, you can. You can buy Redneck Nation girls there too. It says. Let's see, hot sauce. You can check it out, man. You can buy friggin' hot sauce over there. License plates, dog tags. Rebel blankets and towels, glasses, straps, music, bands, accessories, all kinds of stuff. All you got to do is go to rednecknation.com and tell them that we sent you over there and say, look, man, I should get a little discount because you're a loyal follower. So, okay, so now, how do you guys feel about this rap war that's going on here? Anybody got any ideas? How you feel?
It's kind of scary as far as what would they do next. There's been many situations where a rap war has gotten crazy and people die.
What was it that I don't know too much about the hip hop community in Las Vegas, but when the North Coast East Coast against the West Coast, record label wars and all that stuff is going on and what have you. Look at all the stuff that came out of that. Tupac shot in the streets of Las Vegas, in front of the whole world over stuff like this, and of course it all breaks down and gets down to politics.
Who said he said, she said, who said what?
I hate politics. I really do. And because this is what it does to so many people. This is what it does to so many careers. And I support myself personally. I support people speaking out with their beliefs and standing up. I just think that there's different platforms for that. And I just think that you just need to pick the right platform to do it on and you do it in a certain way and what have you. Las Vegas I was just talking with somebody that lives in Las Vegas. I think it was today. Yeah. And, they started marching down the Las Vegas Strip, the boulevard. And they got stopped a little bit, probably about middle way through the strip itself, but they were trying to do, a bunch of bad stuff, and the cops stopped them right away, thank God, because those casinos, oh man.
Hey Jennifer, in Nashville, wasn't there courthouses being burned and?
Oh yeah, I mean with all the riots that have been going on around the country, was it last weekend? was a riot in downtown Broadway, and it was supposed to start out as a protest, a peaceful protest, and it got out of hand with people breaking windows of the businesses on Broadway, looting, stealing, and they set the courthouse on fire. I mean, there were flames shooting out the bottom windows.
You sent me pictures, and there were boards
and graffiti,
and they had literally attacked the courthouse. Tons of graffiti on the front of the courthouse.
I went down there the day after, and I guess there were 30 businesses that were boarded up that had been vandalized. And they had a fence around the courthouse with boards on the windows there. Graffiti they still hadn't cleaned off, of course, but there were crews out trying to repair the businesses that had been broken into the night before. I mean, it was just out of control.
Hard Rock Cafe. And this was all going on while Kid Rock's club is rocking out.
Well, I don't know exactly.
Well, can you blame them? They did just open up Broadway.
Yeah, they did. I know, and that was the other thing, is that these businesses were hit hard by the virus and being shut down, and they were just opening back up, and then this happened, and now they're having to, they're reeling from the destruction that happened from these riots, which should not have ever happened in the first place, in my opinion. I'm fully behind, protests, and people being able to speak their mind and show support for a cause. But when you take the opportunity and just vandalize for no reason, for no rhyme or reason, it's wrong.
People they had nothing to do with the protest. Their businesses are ruined, destroyed, looted, completely looted out. I mean, it's sad. And this is what I see happening in the rap world right now. From watching what's been going on for the last week and witnessing some of these rappers just going off on each other and disrespecting each other and dissing each other. I wonder if a lot of these guys are young, and I'm going to tell you right now, I am a seasoned, older, seasoned showbiz businessman. And I know this business really, really well, and I can tell you right now, I'm going to say it again, this is the beginning of the end of careers because of this stuff. And this division that's going on, this divisive type of scenarios that are being taken place with these rappers and what have you, it's all by design. This is not a coincidental type of thing that happens. There's a reason why the Antifa guys come out when this stuff kind of happens. It's because, and I know just a teeny little, not too much about this stuff, but from what I've gathered, they take advantage of situations like this so that they can turn it on higher, harder, so that they can, they do stuff like stand behind a innocent, peaceful protester, stand behind them and take a brick and throw it at a cop.
Right.
And then turn around and run.
Right.
Jeez.
Yeah, they're giving the protests a bad name and misrepresenting what the people are out there, in the first place for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this is done by design. These are people that spend many hours and weeks, months, years planning and strategizing of how to take advantage of the next opportunity to cause violence and damage and and all that stuff. Politicians are just nasty mean.
You mentioned things they're throwing at the police officers. They've actually taken photos in Minneapolis and posted them. Rocks, bricks, glass bottles, cans. They've even thrown canned vegetables at the police officers.
Oh, I saw them throwing urine, bottles of urine and balloons full of feces.
That is disgusting.
At the police officers and at the National Guard. And then I saw this lady, the mayor of Washington, D.C. Did you see what she did to the street there? What she had painted? She had it leading up to the friggin' Capitol?
No, what?
in letters as tall as a 3-story building and as wide as a 2-story building. Black Lives Matter, huge letters all the way up the street, right up into the Capitol building in big, giant gold letters. And so, here's all lives matter.
All lives matter.
Every human being's life matters, period. And it's just really sad to see all this stuff going on. And I'm really, really sad to see the rappers and the movie stars and the television stars and, turning on each other now.
They're all getting sucked into the mainstream.
That's because it's by design. This is not on accident. This is something that that people plan on. And mark my words again, this is just the beginning of the attacks. My predictions that I have over the next year are not good. I don't even want to say them on a show. They're so bad. Because I don't want anybody here and go, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. And oh man, jeez.
Yeah, no fuel in the fire. So Richard, I have a question. Have you ever ate a banana and mayonnaise sandwich?
Hell no. What the hell kind of question is that?
Well, I was doing a little research on George Floyd, and apparently that was his favorite.
Oh my God.
Like every day, banana and mayonnaise sandwich.
We just had this fabulous dinner a little while ago before the show, and my stomach just now turned on me and went, I'm into the Elvis thing.
I've heard of peanut butter and mayonnaise. I mean, no.
God.
Sorry.
Banana and mayonnaise.
Bananas and mayonnaise. Peanut butter and banana is pretty
yes,
good.
Yes.
Knock it till you
With
try
bacon.
it. I mean, there might be
with
something
bacon.
With bacon?
Oh, Elvis Presley special,
yeah.
man. Peanut butter with fried bananas and bacon, all on in this toast. Greasy, nice buttered up freaking Tennessee style toast.
How do you fry a banana? Do you cut it up like fried potatoes?
You literally cut it thin stripes, put it in the grease, and fry that baby up, and it's delicious. I've had a heart. I called it.
You've had a heart attack.
I had the heart attack on a plate. Even Elvis Presley will back that one up. That's for sure. So that was George Floyd's kind of favorite sandwich or something.
Apparently, it was when you saw him, you saw the sandwich, and you.
Wow.
To each their own.
Yeah. Okay. No. You know what we're going to do, though, on the show sometime? We're going to do a redneck rapper cook-off on the show. That's kind of cool. We'll do that sometime. What do you think of that?
So we'll
Sounds
be eating lots of
interesting and
barbecue.
maybe delicious. I don't know.
Oh, here it is. I'll tell you what you do. You just pile a ton of bacon.
Okay, I'm there.
See? It's that easy. It's that easy to get people on this one. Tons of bacon. Lots of scrambled eggs. Some salsa, some green salsa, some really hot, melt in your mouth,
I don't think that's redneck.
fire in your butt jalapenos. The kind that makes you go, it hurts so good. Come on, baby. Make it hurt so good. Oh boy. No, why? So no. Oh, I've never eaten mayonnaise and
Bananas.
oh golly. So how do you think that what do you see in the future, ladies, for the rap industry, for an example? Because
music is always evolving. I mean, it's going to change. It's going to evolve. It's going to blend with something else. And I mean, I think it's too hard now to remove artists and public figures from politics now, especially with social media, where
it's easy as hell.
Easy for someone to just get right on there in 1 second to say something before they have thought it through. I think that's just going to be too hard to separate. And I mean, rap, in itself talks about social issues and such, which are political in themselves. And that's what draws a lot of politicians to either use rap, to in their message, or to turn away from rap and make the mistake of saying it's an embarrassment to American society. So even the politicians are stepping on their toes, when they talk about certain genres of music. So
Now,
I don't think you can separate it, though.
Notice as we've been talking about this, we're very careful about the politics stuff, because I just can't friggin' stand politics. And I don't like to get involved in it. I mean, it's so destructive in so many ways. Now, the other day, I go ahead.
Oh, well, I came across something that the Washington Post actually wrote an article, "The Politician's Guide on How to Be Down with Hip Hop."
What? Okay, go ahead. We want to hear this one.
Well, I haven't read the article itself, but it says it draws reference to the use of hip hop in culture, or of hip hop culture in politics, and the criticism of hip hop that was considered patriotic or even moral one generation ago can make a politician now seem out of touch, especially with the younger voters. So even voters, if they are trying to entice artists into their camp to try and get more votes, have to be very careful about who they insult and who they use and everything like that.
You can't even voice your own opinion anymore nowadays. No. In anything at all whatsoever.
No, I blame social media for that, because people can get on there and say whatever they want,
Every
and
Tom,
not
Dick,
be
and
held
Harry.
accountable. Yeah, and not be held accountable for what they say. And they say it behind
You know what I call those people?
invisible wall, if so to speak.
Keyboard wussy warriors.
I mean, but that's what, there are so many out there, because they can get on there and type whatever they want. And I mean, I've seen this as soon as, this was like decades ago, as soon as people were allowed to put comments on news articles and such, you had, really heartrending news articles, and there were people that were disrespecting the subject of the news article. I mean, people, but they weren't held accountable. They'd go on as a fake name, and say whatever they wanted, and then disappear and go somewhere else, not really even caring, whose lives they just hurt.
Yeah, it's
at
called
that
a
moment.
political hit and run.
Right, exactly.
And they're awful, and people like you're discussing, they don't care what they have to say, as far as, like she said, if they hurt your feelings. Or
Yeah, they just move on to the next.
right. They're talking about people's careers, people's lives, people's families. That's somebody's child, somebody's brother, sister, something. People don't care anymore. It's what they can do and who they can take down and how far they can get their name out there for being disrespectful.
Yeah, and go ahead.
So, I mean, in knowing all of this and how social media has changed our culture, artists have to keep that in mind and be very careful about getting on instantaneously and spewing out what they think without thinking of how people are going to take it and how it can hurt their futures, their careers, and their following, their fans, and everything.
We watched an artist the other day on YouTube talking about how Trump should shut down the internet just to get rid of these clowns and what have you. That's not going to happen. Of course, it can't
No.
happen. Social
You
media
can't
is
control
too.
the internet.
You can't control the internet. Nobody can really. Well, you can to a degree, but not much. And President Trump, of course, doesn't have the power, the authority, and the power to do something like that. It's a shame, actually. The president doesn't have as much. You grow up thinking that the president is the baddest mofo on the planet. He's the lawyer.
It's just part of the gears.
He's just the lawyer and the spokesman for the bad mofos that are sitting somewhere in Colombia smoking a doobie and and having a penis colada. And Yeah, it's a penis colada. And can I say that on YouTube? Okay, I'm sorry, YouTube. Pina penis colada. You know, it's a penis colada with a big fat friggin' blunt dipped into it, and they're sitting back there running the show. And poor president of our country has to sit there and be the middleman spokesman,
Taking the blame for everything.
Yeah, takes the blame for
those
everything.
people say.
And it doesn't matter what side you're on. It doesn't matter if you're independent, Republican, Democrat. Does not matter at all whatsoever. The president always gets the shaft, no matter who, no matter what. It just doesn't matter. And and what's your views, Mrs. Danis, on the rap wars that are going on right now? How do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, part of it is business. I think part of it is just goes with the industry. You have even in the rock and roll world, you had partnerships break up and new alliances made and everything. And what do songwriters do? They write about their life experiences, and so that's coming out in these rap wars and the rappers dissing each other. That's just.
But that's dividing.
It's
dividing the rappers.
Well, but like I said, but then new alliances are formed and new fan groups go together, and then that's going to split up. It's just ever changing, evolving. I just think it's part of the industry.
It's part of today's world, and social media has changed everything.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, I mean everything.
Yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg. I have a nickname for him, but I won't say it. But Zuckerberg must sit every night and laugh his ass off at how much control he has over this entire friggin' planet.
Yeah.
I mean, there's guys in the bush sitting somewhere in some country right now that can't afford a piece of chicken. But they got their cell phone with them, and it's on, and they're on Facebook.
Oh, my. Could you imagine if he just flipped a switch and Facebook didn't work for 24 hours?
Okay. Well, on that note...
Speaking of apocalypse.
Go ahead. What?
That's what...
You're saying that's what it would be?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on a second. We'll be right back, guys.
Redneck area. You may encounter American flags, armed citizens, the Lord's Prayer, Leonard Skinner, and country music. Enter at your own risk. Please subscribe, like, and share.
Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell for all the latest updates and news. Coming to you from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee.
Join us every Saturday night, now broadcasting live from our affiliates in the following cities: Nashville, Los Angeles, Atlanta, Dallas, Charleston, Pensacola, Panama City, St. Louis, and Jacksonville.
Upchurch Street Team Radio is a Richard Danis production.
All right, guys, don't
Please subscribe, like, and share.
Don't forget to go over to that website we were talking about here just a few minutes ago. Guys, rednecknation.com, where you can go over there and buy all kinds of fun stuff. T-shirts, brands, hoodies, hats, Trump gear, stickers, flags, Confederate flags. It says here you can buy Redneck Nation girls. Actually, it's just a heading, but I like saying that. It's kind of cool to say, check it out. You can buy Redneck Nation girls over there, too. Let's see, boards and shirts and shorts and face masks and video packages. Let's see, all kinds of stuff. Upchurch apparel. That's kind of cool. Let's see here. So then the other thing that I was curious about here real fast. Yeah, 1 second here, guys and folks. And how far is this going to go in the rap world? How far down the road is this going to cool off, do you think? Are people going to cool off and get back to what used to be the norm? Or are we just going to continue to be divisive and dividing the rappers out there now, and having this East Coast West Coast kind of mentality in the country hip hop world now?
I mean, life in general, everything happens in cycles. Everything ebbs and flows. And so right now, everybody's, on the high tide of all of this, all of the protests and everything, and rap and discord and everything. And then it'll kind of ease back and everything. But then it'll, something will spark it again. It's a never ending cycle.
Sadly, the new generation kind of thrives on drama. Everything's drama. So like she said, it'll go down and then it'll fluctuate right back up to something else.
It'll be something new. Another way of attacking people that don't believe what you want to believe. I can't understand why some people out there in the world just can't simply go, look, you have the right to believe what you want. I have the right to believe what I want, and we don't have to agree on everything, but that doesn't mean that we have...
And I'm not going to try to make you believe what I believe.
Yeah, or try to destroy you because you don't. That's, just really sad. And like I said, it's disturbing and it's upsetting to see all of these people that over a period of time that used to be really good friends and worked with each other and did all kinds of stuff with each other. Now they're at just banging each other's heads off, basically.
Yeah, and literally shooting each other.
Instagram has no good news at all whatsoever that I saw. And I was looking at it earlier today. And let me see here. Let's see. Here is Hoser765. I'm not a half-ass kind of person. That's why why everything I do is big. Let's see here. In the sensitive stuff, they're even right now. Instagram is censoring certain things because people are just out there saying things that are really, really bad. Not good at all. And I'm just, it just hurts to see everybody out there having such a hard time and following to this crud. Look at that. That doesn't look too fun. An alligator with some woman hanging out of it there.
That's not good.
That's not good. So musicians all over the world, rappers all over the world, movie stars, television stars, sitcom stars, all voicing their opinions and what have you, and really out there pushing super hard. Snoop Dogg has been very, very active, putting stuff out on his page, that's for sure, on Instagram. Let's see here if there's anything else that I wanted to see here. But Snoop Dogg's been very vocal for many years.
Oh, yeah. He's always been one of the lead dogs on top.
You got anything there? What do you got?
Well, I just, when we wind down, I wanted to read an article about George Floyd. It's entitled, George Floyd, I'm Going to Change the World. And so you let me know when we're going to do that, and I'll read that because I think it would be a nice way to close this show.
Actually, we got about 7 minutes left, so if you'd like to go ahead and do that, that'd be fine right now.
Okay. So this article entitled George Floyd, I'm Going to Change the World. It says George Floyd is coming home on Tuesday to be with his mother, Sissy, his biggest fan, the center of his world. Floyd missed her last breaths 2 years ago while he was living in Minneapolis trying to get a fresh start. Her name is tattooed on his torso. On Tuesday, after the procession winds through Houston, he will come to rest in Houston Memorial Gardens in Pearland, the same cemetery as his mother. It is a heartbreaking homecoming for friends and family who describe Floyd as a dreamer who wanted desperately to be in the NBA. In fact, I was reading earlier that he was big in basketball in high school because he was so tall. He wanted desperately to be an NBA, to make it big, to forge a new life away from the poverty and the violence. And despite his successes, becoming the first of his siblings to graduate high school and go to college, there were setbacks, arrests, and in the end, a death that galvanized protests across the globe. He became the catalyst for a pivotal moment in civil rights history. The day a black man was fatally pinned beneath the knee of a white police officer. His plight recast on millions of screens around the world. Every living U.S. president, the Dalai Lama, and the Pope spoke his name and condemned his death following an arrest for allegedly trying to spend a fake $20 bill.
Golly.
Everybody in the world knows who George Floyd is today, said Reginald Smith, Floyd's friend for more than 35 years. Presidents, kings, and queens, they know George Floyd. It goes on to talk about his early years. He was born in 1973 in Fayetteville, North Carolina, the third and last child of George Perry Floyd and Larcenia Jones Floyd. Floyd's father moved to New York. The couple, his mother and father, split up. His mother stayed with the children in a North Carolina trailer park, where she met the Houston native who became the father of her two youngest sons. Floyd's father was a nurse, but he spent much of his career as an R&B and jazz guitarist with the group Chocolate Buttermilk Band. The band played backup at concerts and clubs for Teddy Pendergrass, B.B. King, and James Brown. Floyd's sister said that they once had a gig at New York's Apollo Theater. Floyd Sr. died of an aneurysm in the early 2000s. Talks about his mother, known to everyone as Miss Sissy. She brought her children with her to meet her new boyfriend's parents in Houston, and they never left. His mother found an apartment and later settled in Cooney Homes, a low-rise public housing complex commemorating Norris Wright Cooney, an African-American politician during the Reconstruction in Texas who championed educational opportunities for blacks. Third Ward was rough, especially Cooney Homes, known as the Bricks, said James Coach Chuck Walker, who knew Floyd since childhood. It was beyond poverty, he said. Some days you didn't have food. We all grew up poor, said childhood friend Vaughn Dickerson, and Floyd's household was a little bit poorer than ours, but there was never a day when he let that affect his daily living. Floyd's mother flipped burgers at Gidry's, a fast food stand. Floyd and Dickerson often stopped by there on their school lunch break for a quick bite. But putting food on the family table was a challenge. They sometimes ate banana and mayonnaise sandwiches, like we talked about earlier. Floyd's younger brother remembered at his Minnesota funeral on Thursday. His mom's tiny home was a hub, a refuge for anyone who needed a place to stay, a shower, or a meal. She was calm and even-keeled, like her eldest son, said her next-door neighbor, Sheila Masters. And that's one other thing that I read was, and Pookie D mentioned it earlier, he was known as a gentle giant. He was a beautiful spirit. You know, even with his crime, his criminal history, he was a beautiful spirit.
Mm-hmm. Well... So, here's what what would be really, really nice to see right now is that everybody would wake up really fast and realize this is all by design. We are turning on each other. We're turning on our friends, our brothers, our sisters, our own family members, fellow Americans in so many different ways, and it's all by design. We can't fall for this stuff. People can't fall for this stuff. I don't want to see the country hip hop and the country rap world be destroyed like this from within, all being done by ourselves. That's what I'd like to see change. All right, you guys, I'm Richard Danis from Los Angeles, California.
Jennifer Danis from Nashville, Tennessee.
I'm Pookie D from Charleston.
You guys all have a fantastic night. Thank you for joining us on the show. We will be back again next Saturday night. Please join us there again.
You are entering a redneck area. You may encounter American flags, armed citizens, the Lord's Prayer, Leonard Skinner, and country music. Enter at your own risk. Please subscribe, like, and share.
Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell for all the latest updates and news coming to you from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee.
Join us every Saturday night, now broadcasting live from our affiliates in the following cities: Nashville, Los Angeles, Atlanta, Dallas, Charleston, Pensacola, Panama City, St. Louis, and Jacksonville. Upchurch Street Team Radio is a Richard Danis production. Please subscribe, like, and share.
Adam Calhoun and Struggle Jennings release an Atomic Bomb song together. Coming to you from Nashville, Tennessee, you are watching Kings of Country Rap on Richard Danis. Please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell so you get all of the latest breaking news and updates on your favorite Kings of Country Rap.
Adam Calhoun is an American country and hip-hop singer. He is active as a social media personality and has released a number of albums. Calhoun started his music career performing with another country rap singer, Hozier. They released a single, Salute the Brave, in 2017, which reached number 46 on Hot Country Songs, and they also released an album, Made in America, that year. He ended his collaboration with Hozier and started a solo career in 2018 and released Americal. Later in the year, he released his second album, The Throne. A track in the album, Racism, drew criticism for using the N-word and stereotypes about white and black people. He released an EP, Crazy White Boy, with Demon Jones. During their Crazy White Boy tour, their shows in Sacramento, California were scheduled in the same weekend as the Sacramento Pride, which led to protests because of his social media posts on gay and trans people and song lyrics described as racist. It resulted in those shows being canceled. Other shows similarly faced protests, and another show in Oklahoma City was canceled. On July 18, 2019, Calhoun released his third solo album, War. The album was the second best-selling country album and the third best-selling rap album of the week, with 3,200 copies sold. William Harness, professionally known as Struggle Jennings, is an American country rapper from Nashville, Tennessee. He is the grandson of country musician Jesse Coulter, the step-grandson of Waylon Jennings, and the nephew of Shooter Jennings, from whom Harness adopted his stage name. Jennings was one of the original members of Yellow Wolf's Slamerican label roster along with Bubba Sparks. In 2013, he appeared on Yellow Wolf's mixtape, White Dog, and released his 9-track album, I Am Struggle. Harness dropped Return of the Outlaw EP via Slamerican. From 2017 to 2018, he collaborated with rapper Jelly Roll on the trilogy of Waylon and Willie albums, the title of which pays homage to Waylon Jennings and Willie Nelson's Waylon and Willie and World War II. Struggle and Jenny Eddie Jennings released Spiritual Warfare EP to the end of 2018. In the beginning of 2019, Struggle, with his daughter Brianna Harness, released collaborative EP entitled Sunny Days, which peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Blues albums. 1 month later, Struggle released a solo studio album via Angels and Outlaws called The Widow's Son, with guest appearances including Bubba Sparks, Jeremy Pinnock, Julie Roberts, and Yellow Wolf. On November 15, 2019, Jennings released Angels and Outlaws, which features 11 tracks by himself, guitarist Trap DeVille, and his oldest daughter and newcomer, Brianna Harness. The album peaked at number 8 on iTunes Alternative Charts.
Please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell so you get all of the latest breaking news and updates on your favorite Kings of Country Rap.
Warning, you are entering a redneck area. Enter at your own risk. Please subscribe, like, and share.
What's up, fuckins? How you guys doing? Welcome to the show out there. Well, Upchurch does it again. Drops a nuke bomb song with this fantastic idea. And yeah, like in the middle of the night last night, Ryan dropped this new bad boy song. I'm telling you right now, it's called Upchurch Ideas. And it has all of the elements of a hit song. This is another reason why we call Ryan Upchurch the king of country rap and country hip hop. I'll tell you what, the guy just does nothing but kick butt with just killer lyrics, killer beat, killer sound, nice production. It's like the Cobra, the king of the Cobra bite. Now this song right here consists of lyrics where he is talking about the music industry, dissing him and not paying any attention to him, and he's just going to bite back himself and do exactly what Ryan Upchurch does, bring out another song and just captivate the audience. I think everybody's going to love it. It is really badass. You know, I really don't know, and I don't see how many of these guys that are out there in the country hip-hop, country rap genre are going to be able to keep up with this man the way that he puts out songs. The talent and the skills, the writing skills are incredible, with incredible lyrics and really good production. So, you know, it's and then yesterday, the street team was out in downtown Nashville, Tennessee, and now about 500 people that didn't know who Ryan Upchurch was does now from our promotion that we did yesterday in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. It is just kicking butt out there in the world. Lots of crazy stuff, of course, you know, going on here with all this stuff, you know, on the streets of America. So we put out a thing last night that said, you know, peace in America. We want to thank you, all of you people out there that liked and paid attention to that for us. It's really important for us to pay attention to what's going on out there in the world, because everything that happens out there in America affects us in so many different ways. The other night we had our first episode of our channel with 9 different cities broadcasting and 3 different hosts hosting the show with us. Pookie D, Jennifer Danis, and myself, Richard Danis. So it's going really good, and we like to bring you guys the news. So here, take a listen over at Ryan's channel. Listen to his song. Listen to the lyrics. Listen to. I mean, it has incredible power and energy. It's just badass, bad to the bone. Now, yesterday, while the street team was out in downtown Nashville, where the bands are playing again, we went into Kid Rock's place, and it's just rocking and rolling with really good bands and what have you. And, you know, basically, the Nashville is back open up, and it's just kicking butt again. It wasn't really super crowded, but it did have a good amount of people on the streets. People's enthusiasm was back up. We got a chance to talk to some Ryan Upchurch fans, and we asked them, what is your favorite thing about Ryan Upchurch? What is it that you follow him for? And everybody was saying, you know, basically a lot of guys, a lot more guys than women knew who Ryan Upchurch was. And some people would say, yeah, I heard his name, but I don't know much about him. And so we informed him and had him go over to Ryan Upchurch's channel and check him out and check out his music and what have you. But you know what? A lot of the guys out there really like the fact that he's just ballsy. He's down to earth. He's very humble in a lot of ways. He pushes and pushes. He tries really hard for his fans. He does everything that he can to please everybody, which is almost impossible to do. Even the haters come around on our channel every once in a while going, oh man, this, and you want to stop pushing Ryan Upchurch. There's so many other people, other better hip hoppers and rappers and country rappers and all that crap. And you know, it's okay if the haters come around. We don't mind them at all. Actually, they encourage us and other Upchurch fans like yourself to push even harder. So that's what's going on. Now, also, I understand that Ryan's getting ready to do some some really cool stuff, I guess, that has to do with promotions and publicity, which is an awesome thing to see and hear. And we want to push that also. You know what I'd like to see is I'd like to see bus stops, bus benches with the Ryan Upchurch's name on them. I'd like to see a billboard downtown in the Nashville area, and in the Tennessee areas, and even in other places around locations in the country and in the South that push Ryan Upchurch. That would be really cool. And then also there should be a promotion, I think, I'd love to see happen too, is a big promotion on Broadway in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. I think it would be badass. What do you guys think? You tell me. I think it would just be badass if Ryan was on a flatbed semi-tractor trailer or something like that and cruised up and down Broadway in a circle for about an hour doing a concert right there on the dang street, dominating the street, dominating every band that is playing out there. He would just go by, and I mean, can you imagine having 3,000-4,000 people on a Saturday? An hour, about somewhere in that area, about 3,000 or 4,000 people watching Upchurch do a free concert up and down Broadway. Wouldn't that be badass? You guys let us know right here at the on our show in our comments. We do definitely appreciate that. You guys are watching Upchurch, the king of country rap. This is Richard Danis. Have a fantastic day. See ya. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell for all the latest updates and news. Coming to you from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee.
Join us every Saturday night, now broadcasting live from our affiliates in the following cities: Nashville, Los Angeles, Atlanta, Dallas, Charleston, Pensacola, Panama City, St. Louis, and Jacksonville.
Upchurch Street Team Radio is a Richard Danis production.
Coming to you from Nashville, Tennessee, you are watching Kings of Country Rap. I'm Richard Danis. Please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell so you get all of the latest breaking news and updates on your favorite Kings of Country Rap.
Warning, you are entering a redneck area. You may encounter American flags, armed citizens, the Lord's Prayer, Leonard Skinner, and country music. Enter at your own risk. Please subscribe, like, and share.
Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell for all the latest updates and news. Coming to you from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee.
Join us every Saturday night, now broadcasting live from our affiliates in the following cities: Nashville, Los Angeles, Atlanta, Dallas, Charleston, Pensacola, Panama City, St. Louis, and Jacksonville.
Upchurch Street Team Radio is a Richard Danis production.
Please subscribe, like, and share.
Well, hello everybody, how you doing? Welcome to the show, coming to you live tonight from 3 different cities. Pookie D, how you doing over there? Hold on a second here, I'm sorry, I got too much volume on this baby. All right, there you are. Pookie, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, fantastic. And Jennifer from Nashville, hello?
Doing great.
Doing great? That's it?
Doing awesome.
Okay. So we've got an interesting show tonight. We got a bunch of stuff we're going to talk about, actually. We are live right now, and then some of you guys later on can obviously take a listen to this later on. And so, what's going on in everybody's lives? Anything good? Nothing? Really?
Not really.
No? Okay, let me get on those mics. You got to stay up on those mics, please. Okay, let's see here. So the first thing we're going to talk about tonight is, I think that you were going to ask me something there.
I actually had a question. Wanted to know, why are we promoting Ryan Upchurch so much?
Oh, well, lots of different reasons, actually. Let me first make this real clear to everybody. I wanted to make sure that everybody knew about this. Ryan Upchurch is not involved in our channel at all whatsoever. We don't work for Ryan. Ryan doesn't pay us. We don't draw a check from Ryan. We are just basically like everybody else. That follows Ryan and what have you. So, and also, I'm actually kind of sick of the crap that is going on in the music industry.
Such as?
Them shelving artists and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And he's an independent artist, and I've always promoted independent artists, and Nashville. The music scene, just like here in Los Angeles, it's a big monopoly kind of scam in a way.
Well, yeah. I mean, and as many of you out there know, on YouTube there are so many artists out there that are really quite good, but you don't hear them on the radio.
There's tons of artists out there that are fantastic, and nobody. It's like you can go through YouTube. And pull up guys that have millions and millions of views. How come people don't know who they are or hear of them?
I guess just because they're not promoted nationwide on the airwaves, on the radio stations.
They're not on the radio stations.
You have to know, where to go on YouTube.
Yeah, that's because the music industry wants to control everything and put a cap on everything. So we promote Ryan Upchurch. I'm a promoter. That's what I do. And I like to promote people that I believe in. I like to promote people that are talented, that are very skillful. And Ryan Upchurch is, one of those people. So of course I'd like to promote him and push him. The more that somebody hears his name, the more that you see his face, this goes for any artist at all whatsoever. The more you hear his name, the more you see their face, the more you hear their music, of course, the better known he's going to be.
Of course.
To more people. And but anyway, I wanted to promote Ryan, but I wanted to make sure that was clear because he had mentioned something on a video that he did the other day. He said that I don't know. I've never met Ryan in person.
No.
I had a chance the other day to speak with, chat with somebody in his camp the other day, and got some good people behind him and what have you, and it's fantastic. But we want to, push, and I'm kind of ticked off at the music scene. It doesn't matter whether it's in Nashville or if it's in Los Angeles or where the hell, Chicago, Atlanta, New York. It doesn't matter. They try to put a cap on you and shelf you and stop you from becoming big.
Because they want the money.
Well, of course.
Money is what powers everything.
It all comes down to money, right?
I don't know. Y'all keep talking about the radio. I can't tell you the last time I listened to the radio.
See, that's another thing. If you turn on the radio, what? You know what? Every time I turn on the radio, you know what I hear?
People talking about things I don't care about.
A friggin' commercial.
Right.
Cars and stuff like that. Yeah. Today, Mark Wahlberg is selling. Did you know what Mark Wahlberg owns a Chevrolet dealership?
I didn't know
that. Really?
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg Chevrolet, and you turn on the radio in California and Los Angeles area and stuff like that, and that's who Mark Wahlberg Chevrolet. Come on, where's the music at?
Wow.
And then when they play the music, it's the same old crap over and over and over again, right?
Well, I drive a lot, and so I do listen to the radio. But that's one thing I notice is that I hear the same songs over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
you get tired of it
after a while. Yeah, it just gets kind of old.
It's kind of like our live feed.
I don't know. I hit the tune button and it's talking, and I hit the tune button and it's talking.
You got a question right there also, I believe?
I do. Mm-hmm. I want to know why we go live so much.
Because I'd rather be alive than dead. No.
No, I mean on YouTube.
Oh, I see. Yes. Because again, I'm a promoter, and the best way to promote somebody is have them in your face over and over. They say a commercial, for an example. You have to listen to certain things 3 times at least to even start to think about possibly maybe listening to it and paying any attention to it. And so when I go live, we go live for hours. I mean, we've gone live for 10 hours playing one thing over and over and over again. But it's like a radio station. If you wanted to hear a particular song and you went and you turned on the radio, do you think that you'd hear it? No, that's what request lines are for, and that's bullcrap. That doesn't work anymore either. You don't get requests. You don't give requests anymore. It's not like back in the 50s and the 60s. Call us and tell us what you think of this band.
Caller number 5.
Right, bullcrap. It's just not that way. But it's just like that, So when somebody comes on YouTube, they're not constantly listening to our live feed. They come across the live feed, they hit on it, and then they hear what they want to hear, and then they realize that we're playing it over and over and over again, and they go, oh, shit, man, that's repeating. Yes, it is repeating.
It's like the annoying cat jingle.
Yeah. What's that?
I was being silly because over and over and over, that's what usually gets stuck in my head.
Oh, yeah.
Is the annoying cat jingle.
Right, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
See, so, you got to hear things constantly, and also, like I said, you don't just turn it on and hear what you want to hear. Well, this way, guess what happens? What we do make happen.
You hear what we want you to
hear.
You
hear what we want you to hear. That's all there is to it. And when you get tired of listening to it, then you go away. You want to know something funny, though? I have... I've watched the live stats before while we're live, and there'll be like this thing playing over and over and over and over again, right? And there's 4 people sitting there, and it comes and goes. People come and go. It gets 200, 300, 400 views throughout that time that it's live and what have you. Even more. Some of them even more. We had 2,000 views on one of them one day, just recently. But what are these 4 people doing? Listening to this thing over and over. Did they fall asleep or something on the couch while it was playing? And it's just playing over and over and over again. And there's still 4 people, and and then also when you're viewing the show live, for an example, right now. It shows a few people maybe here and there, whatever it is. It'll say 4 or 10 or 15 or 18. And then that's not the true numbers, though. Once you get out of the live feed and end the stream, it shows how many people actually really did watch it. And it's very, very surprising of how many people watch it. And you can sit there. I don't know why YouTube does this. It just doesn't catch up or something, doesn't keep up with the count or whatever, or it doesn't calculate the count right then and there. So anyway, a lot more people end up watching it than it even shows.
You hear that, folks? You're not watching alone. Just YouTube ain't counting.
Yeah, well, they are. It's just that it takes time. And, it's like our real-time count. It takes a little while to catch up and everything, especially after a live feed. It takes a little while. Matter of fact, it takes a few minutes to even upload to YouTube fully, completely, and then it's there. Now, so there's my answer to why we go live for so long, so much, and we're trying to get the word out there that there's a talented guy in Nashville, Tennessee, that's not being treated properly or right from the mainstream radio. Now, mainstream radio just failed recently to make its next successful Ryan Upchurch. That's what Dylan Talks says on his show. And this will explain a little bit of why we're pushing Ryan so much. But I do want to thank everybody for their support, watching the show, subscribing to the channel, watching the videos and what have you. We're just like anybody else. I'll speak for myself at least. I not only like to promote Ryan, but I like to watch him and listen to him. Don't you?
Oh, I laugh for hours.
Oh yeah,
on end.
he's really funny,
See?
entertaining.
Yeah.
Never know what to expect.
Yeah. And sometimes you can't even play his videos on the air or anything like that because you never know what's going to come out next.
Right. He doesn't have a censor.
Yeah, he does not have a
Exactly.
filter at all whatsoever. And then, and that's okay. It's good. So anyway, let's listen to this guy, what he has to say about what we're talking about right here on the show. Hold on here a second. Let me hit this for you.
What is going on, Dylan Talks Nation? It is your boy Dylan Talks. So there are these washed up artists that have been coming around lately in the country hip hop scene. I don't know if y'all remember that one hit wonder Jingy, but they're using him now, and it's just an embarrassment. I mean, especially the way they represent the South nowadays in these music videos, always having cowboy hats on but with the city look. Like, come on, man, this is like culture appropriation. I know hip hop has a lot of culture vultures, but country does too. I feel like the mainstream just wants to destroy every single part of the society and music. And
Now, do you hear that? That he says the same thing. It's like mainstream wants to destroy all of this fun that's going on YouTube.
Well, because they're not getting a cut.
Yeah, they're not getting their cut. That's what it is. Do you remember the song MTV Killed the Radio Star? Was it? Or no, was it? Yeah, was it MTV Killed the Radio
If
Star?
I say yes, does that date me?
Yeah.
I say no because I really don't know.
I remember.
My MTV killed the radio star or something like that. Well, now guess what? YouTube has killed the radio stations. Because why go and try to listen to the radio stations when all you're going to hear is commercials half of the time? I mean, it frustrates the hell out of me going through
Oh, me too.
the station,
No, I
hitting
agree.
commercial,
Switch to another
commercial.
station.
News
Yeah,
at the
find
top of
some
the hour.
music at least.
Oh, it's my favorite when I swap stations and it's the same commercial.
Oh, yeah. So, why do that when you can go to YouTube and listen to whatever you want anytime you want? You can get on the internet and listen to what you want when you want, right?
And choose, yeah.
And choose what you want. Have your own playlist and all that stuff, too. Okay, so let's listen a little bit more here to what Dylan is saying.
care about anything but themselves. They don't even know the slang. Instead, they made a song titled Hold Down, Go Left, Go Right, Kick Your Foot in the Air and Wave it like you don't care. And
Okay, have you guys heard that song, Go Left, Go Right, Kick Your Foot in the Air and whatever have you, that Nashville has put out?
I don't think so.
Yeah, they're trying to now. Now they're trying to tap in. Now that they see the power behind all of this, and the popularity behind all of this, they're now trying to tap into the country hip hop vein a lot, and so they put out this funky ass video, and it's funny. It's actually silly.
Is it like the old school to the left, to the left?
That's what it is. To the left, to the left, to the right, to the right.
Left, 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 right, left.
Yeah, not that kind. But all right, so here they attempt to. Now I understand though that this video has this song has had over 1 million plays or something like that. Well, keep going and you might catch up to Ryan someday.
So did I hear right that they're using the one-hit wonder Chingy to try to capture?
That's who does this song. That's him.
Okay, this will date me. One song right there, and it wasn't even a good song.
Oh yeah, and it's just, oh my gosh. I don't know what to say about it. Of course, it has a hook to it, and of course, it's going to appeal to certain people. But they're turning this thing into a Barnum and Bailey circus kind of hip hop commercialized crap. That's just my opinion. All right, let me play this one.
about their agenda, because they could have highlighted Jelly Roll Struggle, Demon Jones, Adam Calhoun, Ryan Upchurch, but they want to give credit to these hired corporate robots that don't know anything about country rap whatsoever. But if your career didn't work out the first time, why are you going to jump in somebody else's career to help you shine? The only person who was really successful was Luke Combs. But at the same time, Ryan invited them out to film a music video, Rolling Stone. It became a massive hit, had over 100 million views, and then immediately they wanted him to take it down after it did so well. It's crazy, man. Nashville is dirty.
Nashville is dirty, he says. What do you think's so dirty about them, actually?
Well, I think the money and the control that they're trying to control who what we listen to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if a person hasn't what you say paid their dues, then they're not allowed in the scene.
Mm-hmm. I know of an artist that I had mentioned a long time ago. There was an artist, a really great artist in Nashville, Tennessee. And he had some great songs. He had good producers, really good tracks and all that stuff. And a pretty well-known producer produced him. And the record labels basically shelved him. They signed him to an artist development deal, and they shelved him.
Stay away from the artist development deals.
Oh, yeah, right. See, and Ryan Upchurch does not need an artist development deal at all whatsoever.
That reminds me, how is it possible he's number 5, but he's not on the radio?
Uh-huh. See?
I don't get it.
It's because they're trying to force him to play the game. What they don't understand is the friggin' game's over with. On radio, they're sinking. They're like blobbling, bobbling, trying to get a breath.
Oh, it's the SpongeBob butt cramp.
Yeah. And they're trying so hard to save the industry, but you know what? They're not going to be able to. They can't. I mean, look at how many people you hear on a radio. There's only 24 hours in a day. Then you've got your sponsors, commercials. It's all being that bought up and what have you. So that leaves how much time for an artist to be played on the radio? Those artists are played on the radio, and then you can't get them heard enough unless you play them over and over again. Kind of the concept that we use with our live feeds. And then what ends up happening is you only get to hear from maybe 30 or 40 actual different artists that day, and they're the same damn artists all the dang time, over and over and over again. But I'll put it out here. I know about this deal that goes down in the music business. If you're willing to pay, Pookie D commented here. Pookie D, hi everyone. I hope you're listening and enjoying the show.
Make fun.
Okay, but anyway, if you're willing to pay $1 million a year, you can get on the radio.
Now, how does that make sense? I thought it was like a job. Aren't they supposed to pay you $1 million to be on the radio?
Oh yeah, everything's reversed nowadays.
I don't get it.
Oh yeah, it's here's another thing. You can also get on tour. I know of a guy that was sitting with another big country music star. And I told you about this earlier. And they were sitting in a Walmart parking lot after a concert one night, and they ended up parking their buses right next to each other, right out here in California, in Orange County, actually. And they were hanging out together on the other tour bus. And I'm not going to say this guy's name because it's I don't want to say it. But the guy says, "Oh yeah, I'll take you on tour with me for $40,000." What?
Wait a minute. That sounds backwards.
It is backwards. You're supposed to pay somebody to do something. You don't make them pay you so that they can do it for you and make you money.
Well, it's like
don't they say that's a scam?
Well, there's a lot of clubs in LA where you pay to perform.
Oh, I know. Oh, yeah. People may not realize that here in Los Angeles, there are all of the big clubs, Grizzari's, the Troubadour, Madame Wong's, Madame Wong West, all of these big friggin' clubs that out here in Sunset Boulevard. You have to pay to play in their club. You got to be kidding me.
Where are you supposed to make the money?
You don't?
Well, of course, they tell you from merchandise sales.
Yeah, you can sell your merchandise.
And they wonder why there's people that have contracts that are mowing yards and running their own side businesses.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty sad too, huh? About the artist that's here in Nashville, that she should be on a world tour right now, and because of the virus, had to be shut down. She's now mowing lawns in Franklin, Tennessee, where all the stars live, for the stars, and she's a star herself. But proper planning, proper management, proper strategic moves, and all that stuff all come into play. That's for sure. All right, let's get back a little bit here to what Dylan is saying about Nashville and the music industry.
Sneaky. Their sales have plummeted to the ground for the past 5 years. This whole entire copying shit that they're doing with every single genre, including hip-hop, which was the #1 genre of 2016. Now it's slowly declining. We're gonna get to a point that mainstream kills.
What's that guy's name? What was his name? That was just up there?
6ix9ine.
6ix9ine. Who, I can't believe that you can actually just sit in your living room, in your bedroom actually, with the $1 million friggin' necklace on your neck, a $500,000 watch, and whatever, and sit there and make $200,000-$300,000 in that evening just by sitting there and rapping a song.
That nobody listens to.
Well, actually, they do listen to. That's how he's making all the money. Jesus. Unbelievable. But anyway, so, all right. So Nashville is trying to take down just about every independent artist. They don't want independent artists, especially like Ryan Upchurch. And now also, we'll get to the radio station here in a second. Remind me about the radio station, okay? In just a second. Let's do this.
Every type of music genre that everyone listens to. With everybody being so more aware nowadays, it seems like they still find a way to get convinced into signing with some type of label. They must have something over their heads that convinces them to immediately sell their souls and lose all their rights to everything they own. Like Taylor Swift. Machine Records tried to sell all of her rights to her music. She threw a damn fit over this situation, but at the same time, it was her fault for not reading the rules of what's going to happen when you sign with someone.
Okay, now the reason why people, Dylan's sitting here saying, why do these people end up selling their souls and signing a record deal with these people anyway? Why do you think that is? Anybody?
Well, because they think that's what they need to do to make it in the industry.
Mm-hmm. What are you, Atlanta? Huh, Bookie D? Anything? Why do you think
Charleston.
they do? Charleston? I don't know. All the cities. What cities are we in now? I forgot to say something about that. All the dang cities that we're coming to live from. That's pretty cool. Let's see. So I'm probably going to forget anyway. Let me talk to you though real quick about this, folks. The reason why these guys end up signing record deals is because that is the actual dream. You, as a musician, an entertainer, performer, singer, you dream of getting the record deal one day. And then you realize that the record deal sucks. It's not there. A lot of people think that when you get a record deal, that you instantaneously make millions of dollars. Well, unless you have, and most guys that sign record deals don't have this, unless you have a really badass lawyer or somebody that's really talented and skilled in negotiations in a music contract like this. And if you don't have the money to hire a lawyer to do this, then of course, you can't have a lawyer represent you. And you go in there and you sign a deal that just doesn't do you any good.
It's written completely for the record label.
Absolutely. It's written to make them money. It's not written to make, the artist money. And a lot of people think that you go out there and make millions and millions of dollars. REO Speedwagon, the band the rock band REO Speedwagon. I'm not sure if I can't remember the exact numbers, but I'm going to try to remember because I know Kevin Cronin from REO Speedwagon, and he told me this. I do believe it was the 14th album where they finally started to make the money back from the other 13 that they had recorded and all of that stuff.
That's incredible. I mean, is that because they hadn't really read through the fine print?
They did not have good representation when they signed the contracts, and when they didn't, it's really hard. It's I mean, the music business and television, TV, movie business, music business, and sports are the hardest careers to break into. But when you do it good, you do it right, well, you make a lot of darn money for sure. But 14 albums, my gosh,
Is it because everybody has to get paid?
Oh yeah. Oh, huh. Here's something that a lot of the people don't understand. Okay, we're going to sign you to a deal. Oh, cool. Far out. We're going to give you an apartment. Oh, that's so far out. Cool. We're even going to give you a Mercedes Benz. You're going to give it to me? Well, yeah. Here's the keys. Look, go drive. We're going to give you a recording studio. Now you're going to go in there and record in the studio, in this particular studio, and we're going to give you access to a tour bus. We're going to give you access to the lines. You don't have to wait in lines anymore in LA, and you can just walk right in front of everybody. We're going to give you this, give you this, give you that, give you this, and give you that. What they don't tell you, here's the sneaky part, little shysters, they own the bus that they say they're going to let you have to tour on.
So are you renting from them?
So you're basically, here, we're going to give you $250,000. Okay, cool. There's $250,000. And there's your little apartment. There's your Mercedes Benz that you don't know is actually a leased Mercedes Benz under their name. And they give it to you so they can take it back from you whenever the hell they want to. The bus usually, which I didn't fall into, I rented buses only for a short time in my life. I ain't play that crap. But the bus belongs to the record label, not the bus company, or they don't even know it. Really, the bus company belongs to the record label.
Right.
Like Taylor Swift and the whole she owns her own everything.
Yeah.
Right?
See. And then they charge you for the bus, they charge you for the driver, they charge you for the gas, they charge you for the repairs, they charge you for generator fees, and it all goes right back to them. Then they say, okay, now here, you've always wanted to record in a really big, beautiful recording studio, and here's your great chance to do that. And you walk into the studio, and then a couple months later, you find out that the studio is owned by the record label, and you are now paying for the record. You're paying for the studio too. Also, that's also part of the little scheme.
And ain't it like per hour in the studio that you end up paying back for?
Oh yeah, big bucks too.
Plus all the extra people involved in recording, all the different musicians and instruments and everything.
And then yeah. So then when you hire the other musicians, here's another thing. A lot of people think that when you get a record deal, your band that you've been playing with for the last 10 years gets to go into the studio and record with you.
No.
Not. Nope. Because your live band is not a recording band, and your live band is used to being out there and making everything look cool and everything and all that stuff. But you're, for an example, you wear a ring every day, right? And you can be on a live stage playing a ring with your ring on, your wedding ring or whatever, right? In the studio, when you go into the studio and you have a wedding ring on in the studio, guess what you hear? You hear the ring sliding up and down the frets of the guitar, all that stuff. You don't hear that stuff live. And live guys are not used to being in the studio and knowing all these little tricks and all this stuff that you have to do. So they don't want you to come in with your live players. You end up using studio musicians. Now, where do those studio musicians come from? Guess who they work for?
I bet they work for the record company.
Most of the time. A lot of people don't know in Nashville, Tennessee, that there are about, I think nowadays, there used to be like 48 or somewhere in that area, but now I think there's 60 guys, and this is no crap, that play on almost every single album, every single country music recording that you hear on the radio.
Now, do those guys get the recognition?
No.
See, I've never heard of them, so
No, you
like,
won't. They get the money though.
Okay, like the album for Guns N' Roses. Is that their live band, or is it whoever's in the studio?
Now rock and roll's totally different. Rock and roll, they like to use the band members, but in country music, nope. They want the same. The good old boys that have been in this town for 20 years playing, awesome fiddle players that have played on everybody's stuff. The record label says, "Guess what we got? We got Alan Jackson's drummer for you," and you're like, "Oh, hell yeah, that's kick butt." Okay, yeah. Well, he also played on that album and this album and that album and this album. Believe me, I know this is what they do.
That's crazy,
Yep.
and nobody knows.
Right. See, so when you sign a deal with the record label, this is all going on at the same time, right? And then they say, okay, now we're going to put you out on a tour. Cool. Wow, I always wanted to tour all over the country, all over the world. Yeah, you're going on tour. You get the bus, you get this, you get that. You're going to do radio spots, you're gonna do radio promotions, all this crap. This is why
you're going to Mobile, Alabama.
Right. See, this is why Ryan's smart enough not to sign a record deal. He doesn't need to. No, you just don't. He doesn't have to right now at all. He doesn't have to ever. Again, it's over.
And he can do what he wants to do when he wants to do it, and nobody can tell him, you have to be here at this time, and I'm taking your money.
Right. And they can't take his car away from him because it's his car.
His cars.
Cars, yeah. It's not like the pictures that he shot.
Right.
you know about that, right? He shot some pictures from some artists.
Oh, the big old lawsuit. I know
yeah.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, right. I could have sworn those were his pictures. He bought them from an artist, and then this artist got all ticked off. There was something, I don't want to get into it really, but
y'all look it up.
The artist got ticked off, and Ryan got ticked off. So Ryan took these two pictures out in his backyard, just blew the crap out of them. Actually, it wasn't. I can't go because it was an AR-15, not an assault rifle. Thank goodness. And the shotgun was not an assault rifle either. And then they put this out there. Oh yeah, he came out there with an assault rifle and da-da-da. And then this guy found no. See, when it comes down, you get a lawyer that knows the friggin' laws. This lawyer came up with this thing from, I don't know, years and years ago that you can't destroy another artist's paintings or
Their
work.
original art.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And believe it or not, even though Ryan bought those pictures legally, technically, the guy that painted them still owned them. What the hell's up with that?
Wow, that's new to me. I didn't.
Everybody, watch out for your Van Goghs. Don't get them dirty.
Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. Okay, let's go back here a little bit with Dylan real quick and see what he's going to finish off here with.
Just could realize that all of it is not what they think, they would be so much more better than how they are portrayed today. Like, it's so insane the role they play in the industry. They don't even want to talk about some of the things they're told to talk about in their music, and they postpone a lot of albums, sometimes for more than 2 to 3 years.
Oh, here's another thing, yeah. They postpone your albums. So you can go into a studio, your dream has come true, you're in there, you're recording, you did your thing, you recorded your album, and then they come up and they say, you know what, it's just not the right time right now. Wait, let's just wait a little while for the right time to release your album. So you just go do what you're going to go do and whatever, and we'll get back with you real soon and let you know when you need to go out on tour and blah, blah, blah. Time goes by. And you're sitting there going, what the hell? I got a record deal. I supposedly have all this money. It's a really cute Mercedes out there, and the girls like it. And this apartment's just awesome. I dig it. But what the hell's going on? It's called shelving you. It's called putting you on a shelf. For how long is all up to the record label. So they tell you to, just like this man just said here, they'll delay releasing the album for 2 to 3 years.
Well, now, what dictates? I mean, what kind of reasons would they shelve somebody? Is it?
Well, I'll tell you what dictates it. Some guy sitting behind a desk that's raking in millions and millions of dollars all the time, watching everybody work for him for free, basically. And then the reason why they say that this happens, the reason why behind it is because it's just not the right time for that sound right now. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to suggest that maybe is because there's another artist that's similar, and then they don't want to. They kind of want to.
That happens.
They don't want to stomp on their current artist that they're promoting.
That they got a couple of $1 million into.
So they want to get all the money that they can out of that one.
There was a guy. Yep, there was a guy that Jason Aldean came out at this particular time, and then there was another guy that signed to the same record label, Broken Bow Records. This guy was very talented, and he could have really done a lot, but they said, no, you look too much like Jason Aldean, and you wear the same color kind of cowboy hat. And there's only one Jason Aldean. So we're going to just, not going to put you out right now and see what happens. And then the next thing you know, in 2 to 3 years' time, everything changes. Time goes on and things change. And then all of a sudden, you're sitting there going, or somebody calls you and says, well, you know what? We've changed our mind. We're not going to be able to put your album out. Why not? Why not? Because the sound just doesn't fit today. Things have changed. And your sound that you recorded 2 years ago is not even hip anymore. It's not the thing anymore. So really sorry, but somebody will be by tomorrow to pick up that Mercedes. And tomorrow somebody will be by to inform you of your contract and how much you still owe us, buddy, for all of that. Here, I'll give you the opportunity to just give us the money back. What? You spent it? What'd you spend it on? Oh, partying and going out. That home. You bought a home with it. Oh, you're right. You went to the recording studio. Guess what? You owe us $250,000. What?
And that's how stars go bankrupt.
That's one of the tricks that they use. And a lot of these artists don't realize all of this crap that's going down. So the good thing is that I hope, and I'm sure Ryan Upchurch. Well, and we have to say Ryan Upchurch because of the radio stations. You're supposed to remind me of the radio station. Hold on 1 second, and then remind me of the radio station thing. He doesn't need to sign a deal. That's all there is to it. Do not sign a deal ever. He doesn't need to. We're going to listen just a little bit more to what Dylan has to say about the Nashville music industry. And here are all the reasons why Ryan Upchurch and nobody else really should even sign. Gee whiz, I hope the music world is not listening. I'm probably going to get shot tomorrow hearing you.
Industry just does not want the country to be the South anymore. They want it to be LA. Even though Tennessee has been around for 100+ years, the people have always stayed the same. They're more aware of what's going on. They're not easy to manipulate.
That's because it's
man.
Music
Once
City.
You figure out what the industry is all about, you look at them so differently. It's all about agendas. It's all about their terms. But if you guys enjoyed this video, man, I hope you guys...
Yeah, see, it's about their agenda. The Music Row agenda. Okay, the radio stations.
Yes, tell us about the radio stations.
So I heard Ryan talking about the radio stations. Somebody, I guess, had been mentioning him or something like that, talking about him, and they called him Upchurch the Redneck. Well, Ryan hasn't gone as Upchurch the Redneck for like years.
Well, and that's a character that he developed. That's not
right.
him.
That's not his singing professional stage name, That was a character on YouTube that he developed and just blew through the roof on, with tons of viewers and what have you. He's funny as hell. And he's the first to say, look, I am redneck. I'm proud of it. That's not, but my name is Ryan Upchurch. So he got on a video and he's telling all of everybody that's listening to him, go over to the radio station and go on their Facebook or whatever, social media, and pound just every comment. His name is Ryan Upchurch. Ryan Upchurch, not Upchurch the Redneck. That's fair. I mean, gee whiz. If you're going to say somebody's name, at least get it right. Don't you think?
I agree.
You
Yes.
Think so? Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, and so we've got some more stuff coming up for you guys here real quick, but right now I'm going to just cool things out. Now, the chat line is open, folks. You can come on our live chat right now.
Coming to you from Los Angeles, California.
Nashville, Tennessee.
Charleston, North Carolina.
Yes. And what now? Name all the cities. Can you name all of the cities that we are now coming to them live in? Where's
I
that
know
at?
I'm going to forget some, but there's Los Angeles, Nashville, Dallas, Charleston,
Pensacola, Jacksonville.
Panama City.
there was one more.
Panama City. Did we say that already?
Not yet, but yeah.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia, right? Bubba D is our Atlanta, Georgia host. He's not with us tonight, but he's with us in spirit.
He's emotionally supporting us, guys.
Yeah, I hope he's listening to the show at least. All right, so the chat is open. You guys can come on chat if you'd like to. All we ask you to do is just be respectful.
No bad words.
No bad words. Be kind and courteous and what have you. And that's it, basically. So, the radio station, yes. Okay, now, back in Nashville. What's the weather there? What's the weather like there?
It's actually supposed to be a really nice weekend this weekend. Nice and sunny and warm. No rain.
Oh.
Finally.
Yeah. Where I'm at, it doesn't rain hardly ever at all. I do remember when you were saying that. Well, don't worry, it never rains here. Let's do this project. And it was here's what it is. I got to tell you really fast because this was sucked really bad. You know what it's like to lose $32,000 in one day?
What's it like?
It sucks. So I hired Leonard Skinner to do a concert because I promote concerts. I'm a promoter. And I booked Leonard Skinner to come out to do a show in California. And everybody said, well, what if it rains? I was like, are you kidding me?
In California?
In California?
Sunny California.
It doesn't rain. It hasn't rained in California for like 10 years, I said. It's not going to rain. You'll never believe.
Knock on wood.
Oh, my God. The day, I'm not kidding you, the damn day. Well, the night before, the weather guy says, it's going to rain. And we're like, well, this guy's on drugs. Because it doesn't rain here, first of all, and you have the only job in the whole wide world that you can work at every day, get paid for, to have accurate, information, and you're full of crap. You don't know what you're talking about, and it never happens. I can't believe that these
100% incorrect.
These guys have these jobs. So he says, oh, yeah, it's going to rain. And everybody's like, Richard, what's going to happen? What are you going to do? And I said, I'm going to just do the show. What's the big deal? You know, they're on their way. And so it rained. And Leonard Skinner showed up, and they sat on the bus, and they said, what do you want us to do? I said, I've already paid you, man. What do you mean? Matter of fact, I had to pay you $15,000 down, and then I had to have you, and then give you the other, amount due with all of the bus charges and all that crap on it, too. So you're going to play. That's all there is to it. I couldn't believe it. Leonard Skinner. I sat there with about, 25 people, all employees of the event, security, concessions. And we sat there, and I don't drink, but I can tell you what. You know what? I hit that keg that day. I sat there and drank myself silly till I was about to barf because I was so sick I couldn't believe it. But we had our own dang private concert with Leonard Skinner.
Did you do a keg stand? You can tell us.
No, I did a keg drop. That's for sure. So anyway, okay, so yeah, that's what it's like to lose that kind of money in one day. It really, really sucked. But I don't know how I got on the rain thing. But
we were talking about the weather.
The weather. Oh, the weather. Yes, that's right. And yeah, right. So anyway, it's probably not going to rain. Let me knock on some damn wood, but I don't have any wood here to knock on right now at this time. Okay, so now we were going to talk about a video that are about something about the Ghost Ranch.
Well, I was just going through some of Ryan Upchurch's videos, and one of the videos that I like talks about how 2018 was a good year for him. He was making his dreams come true, and he bought this ranch. He had he had talked about from the time of being on his own, how he just wasn't happy moving from one place to another, just couldn't find a place that felt like home, and then he got this ranch. And he made a comment of that's going to be the place that he stays, and I just loved seeing him happy and satisfied and accomplished, felt accomplished with himself. And
What's the history on that place? Do you know?
I don't really know the history.
It's haunted.
What?
There's rumors that it's haunted.
Uh-huh. But it was a big goal of his, I guess, to want to live in this place or buy this place.
Well, I mean, that house had been empty, from what he said, had been empty for a couple of years. It had actually appeared on his show, and then it was sat empty. And
did he
didn't
say
even
what
realize,
show?
He did, and I can't remember the name of the show.
Either.
But he didn't even realize that it was, in the same county that he lived all his life, and he bought it up, and he's
the Ghost Ranch.
Really happy there.
Yeah, it's got some land, I guess.
He said like 150 acres.
It's a beautiful area of,
really pretty.
It's like about, I guess, about 20 minutes or 25 minutes away from downtown Nashville. But we've been out in that area a bunch of times, we're riding motorcycles and what have you and all that stuff. But, okay, and then what's this about it being haunted? Pookie?
Maybe that's why he calls it the Ghost Ranch.
Yeah.
No, there's spoofy videos. I don't know if they're real or if they're not. Maybe Ryan can answer and let us know. But he's got videos of like chairs moving by themselves and just
what
spooky little things happening
chairs
in the studio.
Moving by themselves?
Yeah. There's actually videos he has posted that says, "Is my studio haunted?" And you see that just the chair starts spinning, and it's kind of crazy.
Oh, and that's not good. I'd be. Well, in Tennessee and in the South, period, these are battle states, battleground states. And there's markings and there's, locations all over the Tennessee area. I mean, all of us,
all the history,
have lived in
battles.
Tennessee, and even Pookie, you're from Tennessee. I know you're from Tennessee.
I am.
And you can be riding along all of a sudden and see this sign: 10,000 guys died right here. It's like, what?
The Battle of somebody's foothill.
The Battle of something hill, right, was right here. And for those of you that have never been in the Nashville area in Tennessee and all back in the South and stuff like that, there are really old cemeteries here.
Oh,
there.
Like no name
Sorry,
on the stones
here.
anymore, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's been people that have bought homes, and it used to be a practice that you'd bury your family on your property.
And then you
over the
move, and
years-
Grandma's still there?
Yeah.
Pissed off?
Well, and then someone else buys...
Where are you going?
I know someone who...
Take me with you!
I know someone who bought a home, and they were digging to put a pool in, and they uncovered...
And they found a granny?
Uncovered some gravestones, and so they preserved it. And I think they contacted like the local society,
Time to
historical
move.
society, but they put a little fence around it. But yeah, they were really old grave markers from I can't remember if it was even before the 1800s, but they'd been there for a long time. I don't know. It's kind of sad. It's kind of to know that you've got somebody else's
We're moving,
family.
but Grandpa and Grandma and Great Grandpa Joe and
Our best dog in the world,
our best
Butler.
dog in the world. Everybody's staying right here, and then another family moves in and goes, "Who is this?"
Why is my kitchen
Did someone hear that noise?
Really? So maybe Ryan has a haunted
Grandma?
haunting grandma, or maybe he has a I don't know,
Somebody's dog butler.
Somebody's dog butler. I laughed my butt off when I heard him talk about the butthole donuts.
Oh my. I believe that is my favorite video so
my.
far. I've never laughed so hard.
Oh my gosh.
And Bubba D's looking at me like I'm crazy because I'm listening to it in headphones.
So why do you think, Pookie, why do you think that where you're at right now, out in Atlanta, there's a lot of...
I'm in Charleston.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. Bubba D's in Atlanta. I can't get all these cities. I mean, and you know what? Really quick, though, people are going to ask, well, how the heck can you be broadcasting from all of those cities? Because this is YouTube.
The power of the internet.
The power of the internet, the technology, and the fact that we could actually run... I could sit here and run 4 or 5 different YouTube channels at one time. Just because the thing is you're just signed in to a different channel running a live feed, and all of them are running them.
New pages, yeah.
You know what I mean? I know of a guy a long time ago that I met. He had a nice little sneaky little trick of getting hits on his website.
Shh, don't tell secrets.
Oh, yeah, I have to tell this one. This is funny. This is good. I walked into his office. He had 5 laptop computers set up. He had the mouse programmed to go back and forth, over here, over there, over there. And I walked in and I said, are you ready to go? We were going to go for a motorcycle ride. And I said, well, it looks like you're working. He goes, no, I don't have to do anything. We can go. I said, well, you got all that stuff ready. He goes, oh, yeah, watch. And I literally saw the mouse drag itself all over here, go back over here.
Maybe he had somebody's grandma.
No, he didn't. He was smart. That was it. He programmed his computers, the mouse, to go back and forth and hit all day long.
That's sneaky cheating.
Oh, it worked. Built his website huge, really, really fast. And then, and he was doing the same thing with a YouTube channel too. The same thing with same thing on Facebook and all that stuff. So, it's pretty sneaky and pretty tricky, that's for sure. Okay, real quick, I'm going to tell you about something real fast. This is another reason why I think that people should listen to our show. It's pretty cool. Check it out. Hold on a second here. What is Redneck Nation? Well, Redneck Nation is a website that you can go to and you can purchase all kinds of stuff. You can buy Upchurch shirts, hoodies, hats. You can even buy Trump gear. You can buy stickers, flags, Confederate camo, Confederate shirts, camo shirts, Redneck Nation girls. Can you buy Redneck girls there too? Okay. Gee, you can buy just about anything here.
Is it like a mail order bride?
Sleeveless shirts, beard shorts, face masks, value packages, Upchurch. Let's see, rings, jewelry, tumblers, drinking wear, snuff buckles, wallets, belt buckles. I have no idea. Let's see, license plates, dog tags, rebel blankets and towels, all kinds of stuff. All you have to do is go to rednecknation.com and check that out. See, now why would anybody want to, somebody says, well, why are you continuously pushing the Upchurch stuff? I mean, come on, check it out right there. We're promoting his a website there where you can purchase all of this products and what have you. And I mean, there's lots of them and really cool stuff there too. Rednecknation.com, and tell them that you heard about it over here on our show. All right, so last night we got to listen to Ryan Upchurch answers fans' questions. Has anybody got a chance to listen to that at all whatsoever?
I've learned all kind of interesting things about Ryan.
Mm-hmm. And he has a documentary coming out in the next few months, I'm told. And so we are going to wait for that. That should be pretty interesting, what have you. Let's listen to a couple of the questions and what have you that he's talking about here. Hopefully there won't be too much cursing. We'll see here. Okay, here we go.
Dustin Dollin. I'm
Who?
29, and I will probably do that.
Wait, how old are you now, and how long you plan on doing YouTube and toasting the F out of people? Okay.
Well, after I'm dead. Oh, yes, I'll be back as a ghost, floating through the internet, fucking with people.
Oh, hi.
Yes.
Yes.
Very much so.
Okay, I put a Creek Squad banner on my Mustang. Do you approve? Yes.
Post Malone, Justin.
Who's a rap and country artist that you've always wanted to collaborate with? Post Malone. Let me turn this up a little bit so that you guys can also hear it. And
What's my favorite
Did you hear
scent
that?
in the world? The blood of my enemies.
okay, what was that one? What's your favorite? What was your favorite pastime or something like that? And he said roasting his enemies. Do you have any military friends or family?
Indeed, I do. My favorite tree species is
What's your favorite tree species? Mine's oak and willow. Random, but trees are cool.
marijuana.
Marijuana tree.
I was saying too, yes.
Okay. Where's liqueur thinner Larry?
Probably somewhere in a dark corner eating fingernails or some shit. Cutest thing about Taylor? Everything. I mean, look at her. Pocket size, girl. Yeah, but you gotta bring all y'all's fans. I'll bring my whippoorwill,
Are you going to do a fan meet anytime soon?
or whatever the fuck it's called. It's black and it has 3 different speeds and goes like this. It's a really good fan. Maybe like 11
How many more albums should we expect this year from Ryan Upchurch?
and a half. How much money do I spend at Sonic a month? I pay them in Indian money, okay? If I had a time machine, I would go back in time. Yeah. What about you?
So where do you think he comes up with all this material at on the spot?
He's a comedian.
Little wacky
I think
tobacco
he
helps a little bit too.
I don't know, yeah. That sticky stuff, what do they call it?
Wax or something like that.
No, never mind.
Okay.
I was talking about, his favorite tree.
Oh, his favorite tree. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Resin.
There you go.
It's called resin. Hey, man, I'm from California. I've smoked my fair share of that wacky tobacco in my life, and plus in California,
It's legal.
it's not only legal, you can get it on every street corner, like at a 7-Eleven. You just walk into these buildings here,
And buy cigarettes, basically.
and it's, oh, gosh. It's like a 7-Eleven loaded with 1,000 different types of marijuana and all kinds of different little succulent things and drinks and gummy bears and
And brownies
food
and coffee
and brownies
tea.
and coffee. Oh, my gosh. Jeez.
Fuck the future. It's actually a really good question. It
Do
depends
you enjoy making rap songs more or country songs?
on the mood. I like being able to go back and forth from country to rap and then to rock because it keeps my brain fresh. I like revisit, keeps it even. My favorite book
Okay, the next question is his favorite book. I hope he doesn't say The Notebook.
is The Hatchet.
The Hatchet.
You ever read it?
No.
Fucking read it. Hell yeah. No news.
YouTube, don't listen to that. You're going to be touring in 2021. Let's listen to that.
Viruses show up.
Fucking asshole viruses.
Probably Batman because he's got the coolest garage.
Who is your favorite superhero?
The river.
What's the best thing about growing up in Ashland, Tennessee? And he says, the river.
Getting people to see your art.
What has been the best thing about being an artist?
A wide scale. And see the stuff that people say about it. There's more good than bad, so
And sometimes if you're a pothead like me, the bad is funny. Makes you giggle. It means like I'm
Okay, what does my red ain't covered by dirt mean?
outspoken and opinionated. And I don't care what anyone else thinks about it. Because it's my brain, not yours. Yeah.
Do you have any Honda ATVs?
A TRX 450. But it's fucked up right now.
Okay, you're gonna read the next ones. Can you see it up there in Nashville yet? Can you?
Yes, but I don't know if I can keep up with his answers.
Okay,
I'll try.
All right, I know because there's a little bit of a lag here. Okay, and it's hard to run 3 different cities at one time with 3 different hosts and all this other stuff. Okay, do you have any Honda ATVs?
Did you hear that? The go. You have to really
How do you stay? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. How do you stay motivated?
separate what matters from what don't matter. Once you can do that all the way, it's pretty easy to stay motivated. Because most people get all bent out of shape because of the internet, and fuck that.
If I F a toaster in the bath, will I die?
Jeez, are you serious?
His answer's perfect.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see here. It's taking a second to buffer and let me catch up to it here. Okay, if I F a toaster in the bath, will I die? Oh boy. Okay, here we go. I'm afraid to hear the answer.
If it's plugged up, I don't think you have to fuck it. Because, water and electricity. Yeah, don't do that.
Why are you my favorite artist?
Okay. He's got the same look on his face that I had. It's like, what?
Wait.
What kind of question is it? Okay, let's see what he says.
This is a trick question. Nope.
Do you enjoy taking dabs?
What is a dab?
I think it's a drug.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't know. I'm too old for that crap. Let me see here.
I do not enjoy that. I tried that once or twice.
Once or twice.
It's pretty fucking scary. Well, at least it was for me. No, I don't do the dabs. No, sir.
What's your favorite go-to snack when high?
Roll-ups. Fruit roll-ups. I'm going to say
Fruit
short.
roll-ups.
Ford or Chevy?
Or Fevy. Both. Yes, I would.
Would you let your wife get a tattoo without you if you knew the artist?
Big girl now, fucking. I trust her. She don't let nobody hit on her. She'll be like, "The fuck, get away from me." She's an OG.
Do you have Pookie? Do you have questions in front of you or not? Do you?
A few.
Here, okay. Can you also ask a couple of these real fast? Okay, here we go. Let me see here. Okay, it's kind of hard running all 3 of these people, and here we go.
I love you. Because I was dropped on my.
Why the H are you so funny?
Fucking.
Child. A lot.
Booties or boobies?
Okay. All right. That's easy.
I think that it's not going to do me good to do that.
Both.
But, you go to the bathroom.
I can play.
You inspire me so much, and I love listening to your music, and your videos are hilarious. I don't think that's a
A
question.
little bit. I'm not good enough to play on stage, but I also don't like playing guitar. It gets on my fucking nerves. Oh, me?
How old were you when you lost your virginity?
This is what I'm talking about. You never know what the hell to expect here. So welcome to our show. And
I want to know what his answer is.
okay, here we go. Let me see here.
I haven't lost it yet. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
he's my homie.
Do you listen to Tom McDonald?
Corn biscuit. I like it. Oh.
What's next there?
Which do you prefer? The fan on or off when you sleep?
To 3. Boy, have you seen my legs? They're neon white, motherfucker.
Why do you call yourself the ghost?
Boy, see, dude. Push up.
What's your favorite thing to ride? Dirt bikes, quads, Can-Am, or Sea-Doos? Here's another one. Where you been, son? Let's get into some. What is this? Look at the look. he sometimes he just doesn't know what to say. It's kind of like, oh, why would you even ask that question? Okay.
98 WSIX. How's it going? Okay, listen. If you're going to talk about me on the radio, can you please at least use the correct fucking name and Google it and, you know, find out what I go by so people can look my music up instead of calling me Upchurch the Redneck, something I haven't gone by in like 5 fucking years.
Okay, he's pissed. See, this is what I was talking about. The radio station was talking about him and didn't even say his name properly.
Well, yeah, that could be aggravating because he wants, people when they hear something, they immediately jump on to their phones to Google stuff or computers to Google stuff. And if you say the wrong name, they're going to see old stuff.
Mm-hmm. And see, that could be very bad too. I mean, my name, I could be Poopy.
Poopy D.
See, it's all about pronunciation. I would be mad if I were him.
Yeah. Let's just get it clear. It's Pookie.
Pookie D, not Poopy.
Thank you. What am I saying? Nobody listens to the fucking radio anymore anyways. Start talking about? Or do you just fucking guess? I mean, are you that unaware of what's going on around Nashville being a Nashville radio station talking about someone who's from Nashville? Do y'all even fucking talk about what? Do y'all even know what?
Okay, let's see here. Here is Adam Calhoun talking here a little bit. Let's listen to this real quick.
I want to say this to these guys right here. Thank you, guys, for making me feel alive again for the first time in years. And I want to say to the people out there that watch us, you are...
Because that's how the radio people work. Sure, they might have said something about me, but they purposely used the wrong name. It ain't like they played one of my songs.
Purposely used the wrong name?
No.
That sucks.
So they didn't want them. They didn't want the audience to be able to find his new music.
I have no idea. These people
kind of like a controlling type of thing.
Yeah, I mean these.
Deception.
It's like there's an elephant in the room. Everybody knows the elephant is in the room, but the guy behind the curtain is going to say, "No, don't look at it. It's not really there. It's your imagination.
Ignore the guy behind the curtain."
Oh my gosh, ignore the guy that has millions of views. Millions of people have listened to his songs. Let's just ignore that guy.
No. It won't.
Oh, it's stuck here for a second.
They look worse as possible, so they'll use a name which doesn't bother me none, because I am a fucking redneck. I don't give a shit about that. But it's the radio people. It's the little mind game they're playing, but it really don't matter. Like, there's probably like 3 motherfuckers listening anyways. I can turn the radio on right now and it's gonna be like a Carl Black Chevrolet downtown Nashville. Like no one listens to the radio.
I invited my mom to listen to the show tonight.
Hi, Mom.
Hi,
Sorry
Mom.
for the language.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not like she didn't use it when I was a kid. You little mom. Just kidding.
Listens to the fucking YouTube and Spotify, bitches. It's a new game, so keep using the wrong name, you fucking sad, lonely. Hey, you guys want...
Oh boy, now here, oh yeah. So he's going off on the radio stations, which he has every right to do, I think, too, because they're just dicking him around. And that's what sucks about, this is why we're pushing so hard and supporting Ryan Upchurch, because you just have to. Right here, he's asking, right here. Here, I'm going to rest my case after this, folks. Of why do you promote Ryan Upchurch? Listen to what he just asks everybody to do.
Fun? You want to get on somebody's nerves?
You see this name right here? Click on it. Let's go infest every single
90. I wonder why he didn't say the name. I'm going to say it. 98 WSIX. Is that correct, I guess? I don't know.
That's what it looks like.
Don't know all the stations out there.
fucking comment they have with just Upchurch, 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 Upchurch. Since they want to get my name wrong, you know what I'm saying? Just Upchurch, Upchurch, Upchurch. A million comments on every post. Just Upchurch, Upchurch, Upchurch. Fuck.
Upchurch.
Radio. Fuck you. There you go, radio station. Now your Instagram's popping. Now it's got a bunch of comments. Fucking. There you go. See, I can do the same thing with Instagram as y'all do with record labels. It's great.
See, you just don't need them nowadays. And the record labels are freaking out. They're crying. They're like little babies with their hands in their eyes. Oh my gosh, what are we gonna do?
We're not making money.
Who are we gonna sign? Nobody wants to sign with us now. They all want to be on YouTube.
They all want to be their own manager.
They all want to be in control of their careers. That's the whole thing. They don't want mainstream radio and the music industry running their careers. And the big deal is they take all the damn money. They got all the badass lawyers. I guess I can say badass if I want, since he said,
the F word
25 times already. My mom's going on. That's funny as hell. Because, he is funny as hell. And I wouldn't want to ever change a damn thing about him at all whatsoever. And, the record labels, if he signed with a record label, they'd put so many restrictions on him.
He would have to walk around with a censor bar. He would have a censor bar over his mouth at all times.
Yeah. No, he'd have to have a built-in
beep,
built-in mask that had a little beep there. That every time that he made the start sound, it would go beep beep. Would that work?
I don't think he'd
take it off.
Put that on me. I'm telling Mama.
Why?
Oh yeah. See, that's the other thing. He just said, "No, don't put it on me. I'll tell Mama." Okay, we got to go past this just a little bit here. Oh, here's him listening to the radio stations. This is what I was talking about a few minutes ago here too. Check it out.
Book an appointment online for either a one-on-one chat.
The Big 98. That's 90, 97.9, 98, whatever, the Big 98 country, number one for new country. Doesn't Ryan have a new country song that has reached the charts? And they're talking about right now, it says number one for new country. Well, why aren't we hearing Ryan's songs on the radio, or are we not? Because I'm not in Nashville right now anyway. But I don't even listen. I don't even listen to the radio anymore. The only time people listen to the radio anymore is when?
in their car.
In their car, and now here in California, you might spend a lot of time in your car. But and listening, to the radio.
iTunes is my friend.
iTunes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And what about you?
In the car, I listen to the radio. But when I have my phone around me, I listen to YouTube or
YouTube. Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah, it's a big thing to stream YouTube.
Yeah, isn't it? Doesn't that cost a lot more money? Doesn't the bandwidth run out and then they charge you extra for it? No, don't go into it. We don't want to talk about that. Okay, so anyway, let's see. 97.9, the Big 98, number one for new country. Where is Ryan Upchurch? Let's see if they're playing Ryan Upchurch.
Number one for fucking stupid ass commercials.
Okay. I guess they're not. But a lot of stupid ass commercials.
Apparently.
Let's see here. It's a good thing we don't have video right there, because we can't play that.
That's my yesterday hit me up and be like, hey man, what you did to that radio station was childish. Was it childish? Or was that just the name of the game? Because I think it's just the name of the game, right? Yeah. Because if a radio station was going to sit there and, you know, promote a wrong name and put people in the wrong direction for my music when they don't even play my music in the first place, if you ask me, I have every right to have people go to their page and say, hey, his name isn't Upchurch the Redneck. You're not going to find anything under Upchurch the Redneck. You have to type in Upchurch. Then I think that's perfectly fine because, like I said before, that's the name of the game. They don't want nobody to be recognized in their little area, so I make my fucking self recognized. And I fucking tell people the right name. Fuck it. Let's be fucking real for a minute. You see the goddamn plaques on the wall of my house? You see when we release a country album and it goes straight to the top what name is on there? Do you think it's really that hard to figure out what the fuck the name is of the artist that you're talking about? It's not. They did that on purpose. That's how they are. They're conniving. And if you're one of the people that wants to, or that would lay down and be like, oh, well, they can just call me whatever they want. No, it doesn't work like that. That's not how I am. That's not how I'm going to do things.
So kind of poking at him for not playing the game.
What's that?
They're kind of poking at him for not playing the game.
Yeah, they're trying to entice him into into the drama queen stuff to get involved in it, what have you.
You want us to say the right name, sign a contract.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm pretty sure that Ryan Upchurch will never sign a record deal with anybody. I wouldn't if I was him. Why?
He don't need them.
No, I don't think he does.
No, he doesn't. Now, some people are going to say, well, if you don't do this and if you don't do that, if you don't have this and you don't have that, it can put a damper on a lot of different things. But if you have a big enough following to help you nowadays, like you can make money off of YouTube, he can make money off of merchandise sales. He can make money off of touring, but like you see, nobody's touring right now. Matter of fact, people are selling their damn tour buses, turning in their tour buses, and terminating leases and all kinds of stuff because it's just not happening. But he doesn't need to sign a record deal. Actually, I'm afraid to even come back to Nashville, to be honest with you, because I might get shot. I'm sitting here telling everybody, screw Nashville, screw the Music Row. It's like a ghost town right now. I know somebody that spends a lot of time on Music Row. On a day he works there, he works on Music Row. It's a friggin' ghost town. It's dead. There's nothing going on, and it's not just because of the virus.
I have never seen it like that before. I've been there multiple times since everything's been closed. It's unreal.
It is. It's like a dang ghost town.
Is it really like the news says? Broadway is.
It's just
no
silent.
cars, no nothing.
Mean, normally when you walk down Broadway, there's people, there's cars. There's every place is playing, music and everything.
The live bands, none of that.
There are no
it's
bands.
just totally silent. No cars, a couple of people walking, jogging, but it's just
walking their dog.
It's just eerie. Yeah.
Do they have to walk their dogs 6 feet apart too, or is it just people?
Yeah, I don't know. There's still cops out that probably make sure everyone's social distancing.
Oh, yeah. It's a ghost town. It's scary.
Wow.
You know what I think somebody should do?
What?
I think somebody should just, I don't know. Should I say what I think somebody should do?
No, leave them guessing.
Really?
Yeah. Don't give nobody such a good idea.
Oh, man.
Maybe Ryan should contact you for the idea.
Now we've already discussed it. He's got some other things going on and what have you, and he has management that's running his career with him, and we wish them all the luck, of course, of whatever they're doing and what have you. But it'd be so easy right now for somebody to do what we know about, our team knows about, what have you, and but that's just, we're just going to leave it at that. I think here. Let's finish this off real fast.
This is a different day and age. Plus, is it really that hard for a Nashville radio station in Nashville that's supposed to know about Nashville shit to give a Nashville-born artist the correct credit, the correct name? Like, this is why I do the things I do. I mean, if you don't want me to send everybody to your page to say, hey, his name's Upchurch, well, should have called me the right name, I guess. Oh, it's a fucking Google away. You see right over that hill? That's where y'all are all at. Right over this hill right here is Nashville, Tennessee. I live on this big hill right here. Right over this hill is Nashville. And if you're so fucking petty that you on purpose get my name wrong and try to do it out of spite, then fuck you anyways.
Oh boy. Well, I wonder if Mom went to bed.
He was just a little upset.
Do you blame him though?
No.
You would
Not
think
at all.
him being local
Uh-huh.
in Nashville, they would want to represent our people.
Exactly.
Their people, the people that are right there with them.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they ain't making money off of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it's pretty sad the way things are being ran, and that's just the way it is. And he is doing his very best to, work around it. It's really hard. It's very stressful, and he's living one of the most stressful dreams. He's trying to make all of these things come true, and what have you. And he's 29 years old. He's got a lot of time ahead of him to do all kinds of different stuff. And I'd like to see him do the stand-up comedy that we were talking about. That would be really funny. I think that he could actually do it.
Yeah, I think he could pull it off. He's
Now, he came in the comments the other day, right?
Yes.
And what did he say about that?
That was a future goal. Comedy shows of some sort was a future goal of his.
Mm-hmm.
He could do a 3-part. He could do some rap, some country, and then some comedian.
Some hard rock. He does
he does do rock.
music
That's right.
too, so... Anyway, again, we had a comment, and I want to make sure that everybody understands this. We're getting ready to sign out here. But somebody had asked me, do you guys work for Ryan Upchurch? No, we don't. Does Ryan Upchurch run that channel? No, he does not. Do you guys draw a check from Ryan Upchurch? No, we don't. Who are you people? We are just like you. We are supporters of Ryan Upchurch. We are happy to see him doing so well. We are doing our best to do our part in supporting, what
we love him.
What he does.
We're fans.
And yes, and
Love
we're
seeing him do it on his own without having to play the game and pay the piper.
right. And so we're just pushing, doing our best to do what you guys do. So if you are a supporter of Ryan Upchurch, stand up and scream. All right, guys, Richard Danis coming to you from Los Angeles.
Jennifer Danis from Nashville, Tennessee.
Pookie D from Charleston, North Carolina.
All right, guys, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate Fuggins. Mom, did you know you're a Fuggin now?
Good night, Mom.
Good night, Mom. Take care, guys.
It was so backward around here.
Please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell so you get all of the latest breaking news and updates on your favorite kings of country rap. I'm Richard Danis. Thank you for joining us on Kings of Country Rap.
They're seeing because they're not seeing anything that educates them. There's crazy people outside of the White House. They say, oh no, they're peaceful protesters. Yet you can go on Google and go look at the live, and they're catching shit on fire. Donald Trump says, fuck it. He comes outside with his security and a Bible and walks to the church and takes a picture in front of the church because he ain't a bitch. Then you got CNN being like, well, why was he holding a Bible? It doesn't make any sense he was holding a Bible. Why is he at a church? When's the last time he went to church? What the fuck does it matter to you? When's the last time you went to fucking church? Well, he looks militarized. Why does he have all this security? Gee, I don't know, fucking genius. Probably because he's the fucking president of the United States. He's not just gonna walk out there and be like, hey guys, how's it going? Maybe Donald Trump does need to shut the fucking internet off. Stop giving y'all motherfuckers attention. The internet is a mockery. The mainstream media is a joke.
Bret Michaels, born March 15, 1963, professionally known as Bret Michaels, is an American singer, songwriter, and musician. He gained fame as the lead singer of the multi-platinum rock band Poison, who have sold over 45 million records worldwide and 15 million records in the United States alone. The band has also charted 10 singles to the top 40 of the Billboard 100, including 6 top 10 singles and a number 1 single, Every Rose Has Its Thorn. Besides his career as a lead singer, he has several solo albums to his credit, including the soundtrack album to the movie A Letter from Death Row, in which Michaels starred, wrote, and directed in 1998, and Poison's style rock album Songs of Life in 2003. Michaels has appeared in several movies and TV shows, including as a judge on the talent show Nashville Star, which led to his country-influenced rock album Freedom of Sound in 2005. He started in the hit VH1 reality show Rock of Love with Bret Michaels and his sequels, which inspired his successful solo album Rock My World. He was also the winning contestant on NBC's reality show Celebrity Apprentice 3, and also featured in his own reality document series, Bret Michaels' Life as I Know It, which inspired his highest charting album as a solo artist, Custom Built, reaching number 1 on the Billboard's Hard Rock list. He is also known for hosting on the Travel Channel. In 2006, Hit Parader ranked Michaels at number 40 on their list of greatest heavy metal singers of all time. Michaels was born in Butler, Pennsylvania, and grew up in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. He also attended Mechanicsburg area high school, senior high school. He has 2 sisters, Michelle and Nicole. He claims that his parents had originally intended for him to have a middle name of Maverick, after the title character in the popular James Garner TV Western series Maverick. He is Carpatho-Russian from his parental grandfather, Irish, English, German, and Swiss descent. Bret's great-uncle Nick fought at the Omaha Beach in the invasion of Normandy and was killed in action in France in 1944. At the age of 6, Michaels fell ill, and during a 3-week stay in the hospital, he was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. His music career: Michaels began playing the guitar as a teenager, forming a band with the drummer Ricky Rocket, bass player Bobby Dahl, and guitarist David Bezelman. Shortly thereafter, Bezelman left the band due to a creative difference, and in 1983, the band hired Matt Smith to form a new band named Paris. In early 1984, the band, tired of playing the Pennsylvania bar circuit, changed their name to Poison and moved to West Los Angeles to seek fame in the Sunset Boulevard scene. That same year, Michaels met 16-year-old Tracy Lewis, who would become both his girlfriend and the muse for one of the most memorable songs. Eventually, Matt Smith, tired of the band's struggle to find fame, and returned home. He was replaced by C.C. DeVille, who would become both Michaels' friend and source of conflict. In the 1980s, 1990s, local publicity about the band eventually led to a record deal with Enigma Records and their first rock album, Look What the Cat Dragged In. It did not see great success until 1987, when Michaels convinced the band to film a video for their song, Talk Dirty to Me. The album went platinum and the band became famous. In March of that year, Poison headlined a show in Madison Square Garden. Michaels took his insulin injection before the show, but was so nervous about performing that he he neglected to eat. Several songs into the Poison set, Michaels went into insulin shock and collapsed on stage. When subsequent media reports alleged that Michaels collapsed due to a drug overdose, Michaels' publicity announced that he was a diabetic. In 1987, he also saw the dissolution of his relationship with Lewis, who felt that the fame had changed him. Though Michaels contends that Lewis was unfaithful to him, Lewis Crosby insists that it was Michaels who was unfaithful. Michaels was inspired by the breakup to write "Every Rose Has Its Thorn," explaining that the rose represented his fame and success, whereas the loss of his relationship presented the thorn. The song was released and a power-billed single in December of 1988 and is regarded as the ultimate 80s anthem about heartbreak. Throughout the 1980s and the early 1990s, Poison became one of the biggest glam metal bands in the world, recording their second album, the multi-platinum selling Open Up and Say Ah, and their third album, the multi-platinum selling Flesh and Blood, where their lives were characterized by the escalating tension between Michaels and DeVille that derived from their mutual drug use, which came to a head during their 1990-91 Flesh and Blood tour. Also cited is the spectacle of DeVille's behavior during the 1991 MTV Music Video Awards. After getting into a fistfight with Michaels, DeVille left the band and descended further into addiction. Poison went on with a new guitarist, Richie Kotzen, recording in the gold album Native Tongue. In the mid-1990s, after a night of partying, Michaels came close to dying when he crashed his Ferrari into a telephone pole. He incurred serious injury, including broken ribs, a disfigured nose, and lost teeth. In 1999, reunited with guitarist C.C. DeVille, Poison went on a successful Greatest Hits reunion tour. In the next decade, Bret Michaels would split in his name between Poison and a successful solo career. Now, Michaels recorded his first solo album in 1998 titled A Letter from Death Row, which the soundtrack to the semi-titled movie he directed, wrote and starred in also. In 2000, Michaels released a country demo, EP, and also released the album Show Me Your Hits, which featured a recorded Poison classic. The album featured Michaels performing Poison's hit in a new way and also featured the artist with Michaels on selected tracks. In 2001, Michaels released a unique Storytellers CD, Ballads, Blues, and Stories, which featured Poison and Michaels' solo tracks along with recorded stories about each song. In 2003, Michaels released a brand new studio album, Songs of Life, which featured the singles